Do do do. Boom 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 boom. Shoot. Party started. I gotta get this on. Yo, turn up, let's go. You know it. Give me a second, guys. Welcome, welcome. If y'all can hit them likes and share, we gonna get this party started. Share, likes, all that good stuff. Y'all know. Let's try to get to. Let's get to like 2K. We can start this topic going.
Oh, well, I'm coming back.
I got a lot of people. I got to let it. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Go ahead. Give me a second, y'all.
I should go to this. I want to go to the store.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Keep tapping, y'all. Keep on tapping, y'all. We on. Gonna get to that 2K. We can start this stuff. Right now, I'm over here having a little intervention right now. If y'all can. 2K, we can start this topic. I don't know how y'all feeling, anyways, man. Everybody good? Everybody introduce themselves. Y'all good?
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Kev, you mentioned, sorry, my voice is like, I think
Your
I'm,
voice went out. You just got old on me. I thought I was the one that turned old. What the heck?
no, I
No.
think I was coming down with a cold. I woke up this
We
morning
got
and I had no voice. It was wild. So, no, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the live. Here we go. Keep tapping. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, Ron, how you doing today?
What up with you?
Nothing much, man. I'm just glad I'm off work.
Good to be off, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, you hopped on here sound like a gremlin. I ain't know what was going on.
No, I told you I woke up this morning. I was like, man, am I coming down with a cold? So it was like that
She
raspy.
sounded like she was on a mission. I wouldn't tell you.
Oh my God! No.
No, that's just how it works. I
Like,
think
don't do me like that. What did my happen to my lovely? No.
I know.
I
It
get her
was.
now.
It was a long week of a lot of talking because you already know what I do, Kev. And I was like, man, I don't even talk a lot. I listen a lot, and I'm like, where did my voice go?
Nah, she back to regular though.
Yeah, yeah. Just had to like kind of cough it out.
I would have hoped she'd back because I was about to call the police. Like, y'all ain't about to do her like that.
What?
No, you know what? It's
You just
crazy
sold,
that
you just
I've
signed the
been
wrong
having.
contract.
Well, I've been doing a lot of. I've been trying to work on this podcast too. So I'm having a lot of conversations outside of TikTok or outside of the the work I do. So I think my voice is just it needs a rest.
Okay, put us on. What you been talking about?
Which one? Which podcast?
Oh, you got multiple.
Well, I got
Not her flexing like that. Which one? Which you? It's like,
one is called Fathers Alliance. So and it's with a like a colleague or a partner that I teamed up with through somebody referred me to this person. So we've been trying to stream that. So streaming the podcast of Fathers Alliance, talking about fathers' rights. So we've been doing that one. The other one is was more on identity. So why people don't know who they are? Is it because they're more focused on what other people think of them, or what they actually think of themselves? And then what's the third one? I don't know. I don't have it right in front of me, but I have another one. So, but I'm trying to get through all the technical difficulties first. But as we're working together and teaming up, so I guess we're building it right now.
That's what it is. Through the technical difficulties.
Well, the third one is the mental health between how does our physical mind team up with our mental mind, and why does our physical affect our mental, or vice versa, our mental affect our physical? So that was the other one.
Okay. That's important. She said she's staying sharp.
Yeah.
yeah, nah. I ain't got done eating. My bad. I wasn't supposed to know that part. My bad. So, man, we still ain't in 2K, man. I just asked for 2K. That's it, man. I think I've seen 2 people tapping. Hey, maybe 3.
No, it's still
What's up?
time.
Yeah, I see. I seen you. I think I seen Run and Ayana. Y'all the 2 that seen. Y'all the 3 that seen tapping. We almost there, man. Everybody get us going. I should have planted some music on y'all real quick.
PK, hold on. Stop playing. Y'all better tap.
Right. Hey.
For real, we gotta tap. We gotta tap.
Hold on.
That's how we bring the crazy people in.
I'm the crazy person.
Hey, who's to say what crazy is, Run?
I don't even know. I'm just on the grill and chill.
Check this AC.
We hit the 2K. You going hard on a Friday night, Kevin.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, I came back just in time. 2K. We in it, baby. Alright. So, let's see what everybody, where we at with this one, man. So, I like this little ghost filter because it shouldn't kick me out no more. I hate when other filters keep kicking me out every last 40 minutes when I start talking. So I said I'll be a ghost. Whatever, we're gonna be a ghost. As long as y'all can see it through me, we good. So the topic, man, how much better would America be if we or black people had the power? Because you know, I guess they say white people have all the power, right? So how much better do you believe that the world would be if black people had the power instead, or got back what was taken from us? Because we said a lot was taken from us. So, and explain it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go from Ayana and down, and then we're gonna go to Google and get lovely, you know, say the best for last. I know I'm talking about this, but and it don't matter, it don't matter if it's GF, whatever the color of your skin is, just what you think. If it was black, right? Because we know that the world, we say that white people own everything. So, Ayana, what you got for us?
Hi.
What's up?
I was on here yesterday and I definitely fell asleep, so I just hung up.
What?
I
You
got
got
up and
comfortable with the live
no
already?
man,
Oh, I see. I got
after
that comfortable
driving
live. You see?
home for 40 minutes, I passed out as soon as I got in my room.
Yeah,
But
look, lucky one of my mods ain't see you because they don't, yeah, they can't, they hand out pillows though, and they don't just hand it out easily, you know. So sometimes you get kicked out the box, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
And
awake
it's like,
today. I work with kids, so I'm tired. But anyways,
definitely.
I feel like if we were to get, I say like what was taken or what is still owed, we would have a very different infrastructure, and YT people would not be able to make a fool out of us and make us like their constant propaganda like they have for the last 200 years. And the country would be in a very different spot, both economically and politically. And I don't even know what it would look like because it's so foreign that we don't even know. So I just know that it'd be a huge change, and there would be a lot more black community, and successful black community in colleges and everything. So yeah.
All right, okay. My brother Ron, what you got for us?
It's on me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, how would that look? That would look like peace in my eyes, because if we look at things in time and chronological, it's more like I don't think we got no real pressure with other races other than our response to things that don't favor us. So it's like we care about the whole infrastructure, to the point where like it'll kind of like shift the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like how our energy is so focused within ourselves that we almost be mad when we respond, or when we want to respond, we coming with the rhetoric of I don't like this, I don't like that. I just feel like if it was the other way around, it'd be like, oh, we good. Y'all straight? We straight. I think it'd be, I know I'm be talking in a certain type of way, you feel me? But it'd be like, it'd be more peaceful. I'll put it that way. Cause I feel like at a certain point, if a person that come from a background of hate feels any sense of somebody else at the top agrees, then they kind of perpetuate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you look at, I don't really like to get into politics, but if you get at politics, it's like they always coming with this rhetoric of this side against that side, and it becoming a pattern. Like, you got to choose one side. You either love everybody, or you just got something against a certain party. And so I just feel like if the tables will turn, it'll be like we all won. It's us against the world. So that's pretty much how I'm coming with it. That's how I think.
All right, all right, all right. Let's get Love. I'm gonna just go. Your name must be Love, I'm assuming.
Well, my name is Empress, but love is cool too.
What,
But
what do the heart? I mean, what do that mean anyway? What do the
it's just a heart.
oh, heart?
Um,
Okay, cool.
yeah, but
What you got for us?
so I feel like if there was a situation where melanated people were put in a position of power to, initiate infrastructure, economics, financial education, agriculture, like things that we need as a community to survive, I feel like we would be in such a state of success, gratitude, peace, love, and kind of get back to our natural order of things. I think that there would be like a level of healing amongst ourselves. I feel like the propaganda with the whole men against women thing could like cease to exist. Our matrilineal way of doing things like how we did in the past, and I think it would be such a wonderful thing.
Okay. Lovely.
I say it from I kind of I agree a lot with what Run said and what Empress said. That there, I think there's when you come from a history of so much hatred, there's a sense of resilience. That resilience is what is actually was used to actually build a lot of that foundation. So turning it around and turning it back into something, because even if you look at it, because you know me, I come from a YT community, but I'm also, you know, part of the black community. Every community, it's that coming together. Is it like, look at how they say, oh well, the white person is invited to the cookout, you know, but so there's a sense of community that there's a different love, or there's a different resilience that comes from the trauma or the hurt or the hatred that actually comes from the black community. And I think that would actually empower and totally change everything, and bring a lot of peace, and bring a lot of comfort, and bring a lot of the love that comes from it, because there is a lot of love that was needed in order for them to survive. It'd be different if black people went through like hurt, trauma, slavery, all that stuff, and didn't exist anymore, but they're still here. So I think there's a resilience that is within that would actually over empower or change the whole environment.
Okay. Let me get Jane in. Get Jane and Touche after that. What's up, Touche?
Touche can go before me because he's at the top on this side.
What's
So
the,
he can go before me,
what's the deal? How y'all doing?
if you
What's
don't
the
mind.
deal, man?
Peace
How
and
are
blessings
you?
to
I haven't
everyone.
seen you in forever.
All right,
Man,
200
you know,
years.
hey, look, I be living life and having fun with it while I can. You feel me? Just
Okay.
back. What's the question you got for me, Kev? Because I'm reading the gang of this, so I'm just, in for a little bit. What's the one you want?
How much better would America be if we or black people had the power, or got back what was taken from us? And explain.
All right, so I'm pluck the wings off this bird that's flying, because I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we're ready for that. I think that, in all seriousness, we don't. It's a lot. Not everybody, but a lot of people don't want to see the next person doing
Hey,
better.
before you say that though, because that's funny. That's actually the second question. The first question. Before we get to that though, just I guess just say, do you? Dang, I'm trying to think of a way to word it so you can answer that, because I want you to answer the first question, because you basically answered the first one. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just being honest. We're not ready for
Okay,
it.
just put it this way. Do you think it would be better? Do you think it would be better? Let's answer it that way. So
In today's state, in today's mindset that a lot of people have, no.
Okay, there you go. Okay, we rock with that then. Because I do want you to explain in detail, because we gonna get to that one though. That's funny that you saying that though, because that's literally my next question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off with you then when we go back to that question though. So go ahead, Jane.
Oh, the short answer, no.
You don't
We're,
think it get better? It'll be
no.
better. Okay. I think okay. Never mind. I got one more person that we gonna we can do an open panel, and then well, no. We gonna do an open panel on this first one after we do that. What's up, C?
Hello.
You came in just in time, and good looks on the lighting. I see.
Yes, sir. I'll say no for the first question. Yes, no.
You don't think it could be better?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so Touche, start it all off. Do you believe we black people are ready today for that? Why or why not? And let's talk about it.
No, we are not ready for that. Once again, I'm gonna say not all, but some, or whatever I may want to say, most, have a secret envy about each other, right? And I could just give you an example. Trying to making sure it's sweet. Kendrick Lamar is on the Super Bowl. Everybody's mad at him, other than saying, "Hey, it's a brother doing it, and it brings more light to our culture." They instead have a problem with that. somebody else's success and winning in an area that, this person worked hard this year and this person did this and they made a more impactful year. They like, yeah, but he shouldn't be there. And this person should be there. Like, it's too much of a crab in the bucket syndrome. And it sucks to say that's about our people. We don't want to see another race at the top, but we don't want to see each other at the top either. So, I think we got a lot of self healing. A lot of people have to stop living in that mindset as far as somebody being ahead of them and they being envious. And yeah, that's just overall it. We always every time I get on this app, I see us down talking each other. It's never about us lifting each other up. It's never about, hey, so and so is doing a good job. We always pointing out the negatives instead of the positive. Well, yeah, he did this, but then did you see the good things that he did? We don't, and I don't think we're ready for that because a lot of people are not trying to find the good in good people. They're just finding something to be upset about, envious about, angry about, etc., etc. So that's why I feel like as of right now, no, we don't need that source of power. We need to find a way to understand each other on different playing fields, and it's okay to understand that this person may be in field A, and then it's okay to understand that this person is in field B. We don't have that yet. We like if they're not on the same field we on, then it's a problem. So no, Mary, we don't need the power right now. We need to love each other more than what we are, and then love each other for who we are instead of our thought process and potential that they could be.
I would love to respond to him.
Well, I was about to say whoever, because that's how we gonna do it right now, because I know that's the deep part. Yeah, so if you disagree or something like that, go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thing. According to the laws of the universe, there's always going to be an opposite end of the polarity. You're always going to have good and evil, up and down, right and left. That's just how it is. It's just that at some point we have to choose which side we're going to be on and not be lukewarm about it. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when we're talking about economics, financial, agriculture, these sort of things, important things that's contingent upon our survival, business is business. So it's like we have to learn to agree to disagree. I feel like melanated people have so much soul and so much emotion and so much passion behind the things that they believe in. It's like they can't use their logical mind in a sense to say, hey, I may not agree with how he lived his life. I may not agree with some of their decisions. I may not agree with his religion. I may not agree with any of these things. But at the end of the day, what connects us back to one another is the fact that we're melanated and there's a specific goal that's higher than ourselves that needs to be accomplished, that is for the betterment of ourselves and our children and our children's children. Because at this point, once you become an adult of sound mind, of sound body, we at some point have to stop making excuses, stop pointing the finger and say, hey, we need think tanks. We need people coming together, bringing their innovation, figuring out who all's good at what and delegating and allowing them the space to do what they're good at so that we can barter, so that we can provide things for ourselves that is going to be important and is needed for our survival at a base level. Because these people that don't look like us are playing chess. They are having think tanks. They are thinking of contingency plans on how to continue to keep us in fear, keep us divided, keep us unaware of our true essence, keeping us unaware of where we come from, who we are, and what the real issues are so that we can actually solve them.
May I say something on that? Love, because I think you're coming from the right place. Kind of like what Rome was talking about was it's almost like YT people aren't accepting Black people the way they should be accepted because we've got this race war. And then black people, like what Run is saying, is they're not even accepting each other. So it's like, what is the battle? Is it
Can I
accept?
say
Yeah, go ahead, Run.
can I say something to that?
Yes, sure.
No,
Yes, yes, yes.
this. So let me say this, right? I think that genuinely
Hold on,
us as
Touche.
a whole
You
don't
can't
have
push
that.
back on. Wait a minute, Touche. You can't push back on the pushback, then interrupt Lovely. No, you had the initiation. Push it back on the pushback.
Lovely wasn't talking.
No, I always respect Touche. I always, I thank you, Jane.
He got
Yeah, I
one
was
bar
like,
too. That's probably what it
I
is.
asked.
I see you got one bar too, Shay.
I know you asked
Oh,
Touche, but this is heavy, and I think everybody wants to chime in
Okay.
on their why or why not. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to run your live care, but it
I
seemed
mean,
like
No, I mean, I feel you.
sometimes
Know, I mean, it
that's
it
makes
why
be
sense.
I
I
ended
said
get
up
you.
with
I
the
get you. I get you. I
same.
get you. It makes sense. I know everybody wanted to. That's why I said
I
this
mean,
is a heavy
only
one too.
reason I said something. The only reason I said something is because Ken said when you say something, y'all can chime in on that. That's the only reason I said
Right,
something before we even
right.
started.
But it ended up being like the 3-person conversation when it's like a whole panel, and I think everybody wants to kind of chime in on how they feel about the why or why not. Because sometimes we have people falling asleep in the panel because it's 3 people communicating with each other or 2 people.
But yeah, I mean, my bad, but I was just following what Ken said because this is live. You got it.
Touche, I know it's his live, but we have to also understand that it everybody wants to chime in. So sometimes it's like what I've been seeing is like if I'm just mentioning Sean, if Sean wants to chime in and then he says something, then Lovely says something, and then Run says something, and then it goes back to Sean and then Lovely and then Run. It's a 3-person conversation sometimes because everybody wants to speak, but everybody has to have the opportunity to speak. And if Alta come up in here, which is Kev Twin, sometimes she fall asleep in a box waiting on a turn. I don't feel like it's fair because sometimes people just don't ever get the chance to respond to things.
Look, it just spoke through.
You're right. You got it.
But no, I get both of y'all, man. That's all it is. I think both of y'all, if y'all understand each other, y'all get it though. Both one of them he was going based off of saying that, and she basically just saying like also keep in mind. That's basically saying keep in mind that there's other people that's here too. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, new rule: subscribers can interrupt at any time.
Sean, I
I might have to
swear.
do something special for the subscribers too. That I mean, I might have to. I gotta think of something though. That might be
I
something though.
swear, Sean. Oh my goodness, Sean.
Maybe
So
they
is
get first take on it.
anybody else go? Anybody else go?
What question are we on?
We still on we on that first prompt. That's all. Which I know this is gonna be one we're gonna be probably stuck on for a minute. Do you
Sean
believe?
hasn't been able to give his response to the
Oh yeah,
first one.
you should do the first two. Yeah, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
So the question, the topic. All right, how much better would the America be if we black people had the power, or got back or got what was taken from us, and explain.
Yeah, that's a loaded goddamn question right there. How much better would America be if we black people had the power? Got back what we taken. For me personally, for my view, okay, I don't believe nothing will really change. I think it'll still be the same like it is now. And to be honest, I don't know if we really know what was taken from us.
I don't like Sean. He be thinking he's stealing my shine. I'll be talking. I was about to say so. Like that's why I try to do mine last.
I don't really know if we know what was taken from us, and at the same time, I think we divided amongst each other that it don't matter like us having power if we all divided and don't have the right mindset. And I came to that conclusion when when I heard about the Million Man March, and then I was old enough to see the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March, and not the same amount of people showed up. So you get a million black men to show up, and nothing really changed because all those black men had different mindsets. They had different religions. They had different beliefs. So they was not on one accord. You had a million bodies, but they was not on the same accord. So I don't believe that as black people, we getting power back. It ain't gonna mean a damn thing if we all have a different mindset and different religious belief or just different beliefs, period. So I don't believe that'll change nothing. Did we go to the second one?
I guess you can. Not Jane gonna subscribe to.
Man, who did
She
that,
like,
man?
no.
Dang.
That's
Good
what I'm
looking,
talking.
Jane.
Hey, we inspiring change around here, man.
I was about to say, not you over here, and some of them been in my room for a long time. Not feel like
Jane didn't want me to outdo her, man, so she went ahead and boy, that's childish, man. That's crazy.
Why y'all always acting up on Friday, dog? That's so funny. But yeah, so
and then she gonna comment so we could see it.
Exactly. No, I don't think nobody beat him because our people were lovely. Then she can act like she ain't know what she did. Because as soon as you said about some subscribers, she said hi. She said hi, Sean, and she had the darkest subscriber on it to let her know that I'm a vet in this. Want to speak on? I peeped that you not slick in my book. That's why she laughed because she knew I knew. She already know. You want to talk about that, huh? Not her using the face.
I mean,
But yeah,
when I hear people say that it can't be done or it's not possible, it kind of makes me sad a little bit because it's like, how can we go from having dynasties, empires, kingdoms, evidence of our ancestors with mounds all over the Americas, anthropological evidence that they suppress that shows our greatness.
I could
All of
answer
the
that.
inventions, all of the things that we have brought to society, and then now to see us now only think of ourselves as B words and N words and not enthusiastic about knowledge or reading books or coming together to figure out solutions.
I think that's what Sean was speaking on earlier too. Is that a lot of people don't even know the historical construct between America, United States of America. Look, we have a lot of these African wars going against African Americans, and you've got all these different territories that are kind of fighting against each other. And not even understanding the historical construct. Who was the one that asked that question about? What did we really lose, or what did Black people really lose?
That was me.
Well,
Hold on,
we lost our
Sean.
identity.
Hold on, Sean. No, hold on, Sean, because I'm the newest subscriber. See, I know how to use the stickers. You're an old subscriber now. You're like a few minutes old, so we're not even gonna play.
Man,
We're gonna give room to the new ones.
Hold on, how you mute up, man? How you mute somebody, man? Come on, man. I need to learn how to mute, man. Hey,
I just
hold on.
I just want to let that be known.
I see where Sean was coming from, because that was kind of like touching base on what Empress was saying and what Sean was saying.
I wanted to
Right.
respond to her.
I want you can't hold on, Sean. The same rules apply from Touche to you. You're not special just because you have the L and all that. Just because you got the little the LOLK.
A new rule. Only subscribers that's in the top box could supersede all.
Oh, see how it wouldn't work, Kev? Do you see this?
I'm gonna drop down.
But I would say this, right? Yeah, just because I do want everybody to talk, because I do want everybody to talk though, and I know how deep this junk do get. And I think that has been happening lately, and Jane do got a point on that people have been falling asleep because they haven't had a chance to talk. So I just want people, and I'm gonna have to keep saying that too. We're gonna have to start like putting hands up in the thing. So if we hear something, just put your hand up so I can be able to call it. Make it easier for me, because I don't want to just keep on, because some of y'all be having some good stuff or whatever, but I gotta realize I'm just keep listening to the same person, you know what I'm saying? Even though I do be wanting them to act, especially when I like when I hear Sean be one of them, he got on that one dude. That joke was some funny stuff. But I'm just saying, like, overall, like, just to make sure everybody got in, make sure they hands up and stuff or whatever. And if they ain't got if you don't see no hand up in time, then I guess we just keep going, keep rolling with it.
I'm a subscriber and my hand is up. Thank you, Sean. Move out the way, old subscriber. Okay, you probably got to renew by now. Okay, so yeah, the why, and I was hearing what Miss Hart was saying, and I was hearing what Sean was saying, and I agree to a certain degree, because when we go back and we want to talk about history and things of that nature, we're talking about the Moors and the Moors, and back then there was no Caucasoids or no Caucasian people, so there were still war. They were still fighting over certain things. As of today, we can't even deplete and remove colorism from our own verbiage when it comes down to how we communicate. There go Big Sean up there trying to separate us as subscribers. Look how it's not going to work. But I digress. When it comes down to it, they dangle in our face that primarily finances is the only thing that we think is going to cure our issues, and they give ball players, they give rappers, they give R&B artists millions and billions of dollars, and then they sit back on those millions and billions and only think about their own people that come out of their womb or out of their family structure. So that goes to show that that's a crab in a barrel mindset and mentality. So there's always going to be a division when it comes down to us, because it was pre-made that way. We are living in a world or in a circumstance that we are perpetuating the same thing that we complain about.
The the reason I said that, right, is even before European people came to Africa, the division was already amongst us, and it's amongst any nation or group, any group of people that is around each other. They have their own tribes and groups, even in that group of people, right? So the only reason I could confirm that is because if we allegedly all came from Africa, right, during the slave trade, we come from Africa, different parts of Africa, right? So how I know that we cannot be on the same page is because even in Africa, they're not on the same page, because the Kenyans don't get along with the Nigerians. Everybody have their own tribe. So here it is, us in America come from all different regions of Africa through the slave trade, and we think that we're all the same people because we were born in America. No, my roots and ancestry may be different than Kels, may be different than James, may be different than anybody on this panel. But just because we born in America, we think that we all should be the same people. I don't believe that all black people are my people. Because there's a lot of shit that if you believe in harming black people, if you believe in committing crimes in your community and selling candy to your people, you definitely not my people, because my kind don't do that to each other. So just going off in Africa, they don't consider themselves the same. But in America, we think because we have the same skin color that we are all the same. Even in Jamaica, they don't believe that skin color makes you the same. They got white people calling each other Jamaican.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. That's another thing. They're suppressing the information that shows too that the out of Africa story has been debunked. And so there are people who are autochthonous, Aboriginal, or would be considered Paleo Americans here in the Americas, because there is a separation between continental Africans and actual misnomered Negroes or African Americans here in the Americas. There's a difference in our DNA that shows that continental Africans and so-called African Americans have a difference where we actually have a resistance to malaria, which the continental African does not have or possess. And there's variations in the mitochondrial DNA structure that shows that continental Americans are actually older than the African. And there were several migrations into Africa, not out of Africa. And so they're suppressing that information. So for one, our identity has been stripped from us. And then they're trying to tie us to a landmass that some of us don't actually connect with or have DNA ties with. But what the similarity between continental Americans and continental Africans is eye color, hair color, and skin pigmentation. And so through doing like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, and whatever the case may be, geneticists have debunked the way that they actually test genetics and the difference between the mitochondrial DNA of Africans and Americans.
What is your name? What is your name? I'm gonna call you three. What is your name?
That's Empress.
Empress.
Who?
Empress.
Oh, Empress. Okay.
Can I say something on that real quick, Sean? Before I lose this quick point.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's just do love, because that hand stuff I ain't gonna be able to do it. I just thought about that. I do want the conversation though. I believe we can operate this though. As long as everybody at least talk one time, I'm good. But we gonna do Lovely and Cece and then go back and then Sean, I know you got some stuff though, so I'm gonna do them too because I ain't hear them saying that in a while. Ron, you good over there? So I ain't hear you saying nothing in a minute. Or you just listening up?
Hey man, you gotta get in where you fit in. You feel me?
Yeah, that's why I gotta try to. That's what I'm trying to do on this one though, because that's just hard. Like I don't want to be like a robot. I want to be a conversation though. But I guess when I chime in, when I feel like some people talk too long, I'm gonna go to the next person though. But otherwise, we can just get in where you fit in. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna ride with. Sure.
I agree with that, and I think because that's just how conversations work. That's how communication works. But I wanted to kind of tap into what Empress was saying. You know, if you look at it from an African or African American concept, because we know how America breaks down. I have me coming from a YT descent. I actually have journals that actually show the European descent for when we crossed the waters and came over here. You know, so there's a lot of YT people that don't even know their history either. And they don't know where they came from. I think it's more a matter, I think you mentioned it, Empress, is the identity thing. It's like, who are we? We really are? And what do we do with the knowledge that we already have, maybe where we came from, or what we're trying to exist as? So I come from kind of that aspect because I see it. I've seen it from multiple different people, especially with who I'm married to, and where my family came from, and looking into that 23andMe, like you were saying, and looking into that understanding of who you are as your. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to boil back down to ourselves. Like, what do I do with what I already know? And I may not know everything. We had that conversation last night between belief and knowing.
Oh man, that was so deep yesterday. Well, I want to redo that one again because they just gave me on that one. I ain't gonna lie. And then I had to hit him with that. That's funny because Sean do that, and I do the same thing. Like, so do you know, or do you believe? I'm big on that junk though too. That's why I had to get on my boy God like yesterday. So I'm like, you saying no? You know? I say well, whatever. That was a whole other thing. I actually want to rehash that conversation again yesterday. Y'all, they just look at I had to go to work.
You know what's crazy, Kev, that I had that conversation with one of my clients today about believing and knowing, and it was so wild. I was like, this is how the spirit moves. This is how the spirit moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm always gonna stick with the word believer. I can't do the no. I'm not gonna lie to myself. Like I said, and I think I told you in the comments, the only thing I know is my experience. That's the only thing I know, you know, but otherwise anything that's outside of me is just belief. You know, when people tell me about a story, I choose to believe it or not. And when it comes to, you know, stuff that's I was even using, for example, yesterday, I said just because some paper is wrinkled up and it got a hole in it and it got dirt all on it and say that, oh, this was buried and it came from that. I know this is the history or something. No, that somebody can, but whatever, that's a whole other thing. That's what I just rather say believe. I'm sticking with believe, you know.
Exactly.
But go ahead, CC, and then back to open panel, and then I know Sean wanted it, so he can start the open panel because I know he had a few things. Jane, let me know whenever you trying to get back in. But go ahead, CC.
My background isn't too loud, is it? I'm trying to.
No, do your thought this.
You're
Okay.
good.
I was thinking, you know, basically, I don't know if this up the same alley. I was trying to hold on to it, but it slipped away. But like I think that when we as African Americans we stop thinking like, okay, we do the ancestry, and then we find out have all these different things. And I think someone brought up like colorism. Like I think that when we stop letting certain things divide us and make us like think of other individuals in different ways, I think that's, we can come together better
Preach.
with more that we have in common than what we don't have in common. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I just think like there's so much that's set up to divide us as African Americans, and like sometimes, like, yeah, I get it. I don't subscribe to certain like I don't think that I'm like certain African Americans, but I think that because for so long, like, we've separated ourselves in some way, somehow, like we don't want to be like, oh, we don't want to be labeled as these African Americans because they act this way. And I mean, it's sad, and it's so hard to like communicate or get through to them and get them to understand that I have a toddler. My bad, y'all. He follows me everywhere. I'm sorry. I can't even get my thoughts together right now. I'm so sorry. But I was listening, and I think everyone had valuable points. So I just want to say that too. But I'm gonna continue listening. I'm about to take notes so I won't forget.
Oh, yeah, just let me know when you're ready. Right. Ron, Ron about to say something. Ron, you coming in?
Yeah, like to
Go ahead.
add
Then
to
my boy
everything-
Sean gonna start the open panel after that.
Yo, but to add to that is like, I'm listening to everybody. I like the soap game, so don't take it no way if I'm just like sitting back in the cut. But I be like soaking game up, you feel me? So like my whole thing is if I'm listening and I'm taking in everything that's being said, right? And I let my mind manifest. And I don't like to speak from the flesh. I like to speak from the spirit. So my spirit tells me, okay, you saying this, you saying that. But at the end of the day, we talking about not a people. We talking about a people's leader, right? So from all the way from Africa to now to anything you breaking down, we have leaders here in America as African Americans, right? We have Louis Farrakhan, right? So when you break that down and you look at the mentality of a Louis Farrakhan, you understand that this person has no real malice towards any race. This person is only saying the injustices that exist needs to be fixed. And that's all my people ever said. And I'm going to speak for my people. My people only ask for the injustices to be corrected. So when you correct those injustices, it does not matter of if there's division within the divided colonies or the divided entities or the divided regions. That's cool. That's everywhere though. Like if you look at what's going on now in the infrastructure, the difference between us being in power and us not being in power is those people respect their leaders. And if their leaders is Elon Musk, they're going to listen to Elon Musk. It does not matter. Like if you look at women, their leader can be Beyonce, bro. Like that's how bad it is. Like it could be an entertainer. It could be Kim Kardashian. She says all women do this, all women do that. So you got to take into account leaders are leaders, bro. Yeah, everybody got an opinion. Yeah, everybody got feelings. Everybody got thoughts. But them thoughts and those ideas do not suppress the narrative of the leader. Once you have a leader, that's a leader. I would never take the stance of I'm the leader of leaders. There's already a leader that exists. We always had a leader. So I'm just saying that to say, when you come back to base, you understand that we have leaders of that culture. So when you have a leader of that culture, everybody listens to that leader. Everybody follows that leader. That's why they created these social medias and they created followers. It started with Twitter, then it came to Instagram. You're following somebody. And it's about, oh, if they follow me back, right? So it's not a thing of everybody got their own mind, because everybody knows everybody got their own mind. It's more of what the influence come from and who they follow as far as the influencer. That's why they call them an influencer. You follow the influencer. So if our influencer and our leader is the person at the top, is a Louis Farrakhan or anybody, I'm just using him as an example, or a young Pharaoh or this person or that person. It depends on where your mind at and what you on, like where your chakras at. You feel me? Like what resonates with you as far as what you listen to and what you follow. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Somebody got to have a like mind for you to be like, okay, I can rock with that. It's not about you as an individual saying, oh, but I'll do it like this. Or everybody in the neighborhood do it like this. Or everybody around here in this hood do it like that. And they against each other. That is all irrelevant once it comes to a leadership role. When it comes to a point of these people are leading as a race, there is a representative. There is a leader of that group. And if a person don't understand that, then of course they're going to always go into a loop of, oh, but I got a different opinion from him. I got a different opinion from her. Of course you're going to do that because you never imagined the day that it's a leader of our culture that's saying we own this and we own that and we doing this and we doing that. So when you get to that point, you got to understand mentally when you place yourself there, you understand that it ain't got nothing to do with how I feel. It ain't got nothing to do with how I think. It got everything to do with who will be in place to take the leadership role that we trust to make the decisions. So when you say if the tables turn, we ain't just saying all black people gonna start making decisions. That's not how it's gonna go, because that's not how it go now. It's not all of them making the decision. It's somebody at the top that's making the decision, whether they accountable or something like that, and they on some other stuff, and they deciding the future of everybody else. They want to go for warheads. They want to go for war and all that. That's based on the leader. So when you ask me who the leader gonna be, and it's a certain race and it's a certain particular person, it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be you. It's gonna be a person of a leadership role. So if you ask me who's the best leader, then we have a different conversation. But if in my mind, I'm like, okay, if the people who are at the bottom become the people at the top, then the people at the top of this different structure and this different mindset, okay, I'm gonna pick this person because this person don't just care about themselves, they care about everybody. But they gotta stop this right here that's not right. So do I feel like this not right is gonna preach that and say this is our forte and this is what we're doing? Yes, I feel like it'll be more successful because the person who knows what's right now and intentionally doing what's wrong, they intentionally doing what's wrong. There's no way around that. They are intentionally doing what's wrong on purpose to make it hard because they have no other purpose other than making it hard. But a person who said, I don't got no purpose in this other than all us getting along and making it work. And it ain't gonna be up to me, you, or anyone on this panel. It's gonna be up to the leader, the actual leader. So if I trust the leader of a certain particular background who come from the bottom and say, oh, we can't keep living like this, bro. I trust them over the person who never cook and eat fast, eat certain foods every day. I've been privy to experience both lifestyles. I've experienced both lifestyles. I've experienced if I have to go there, like sugar, water, mayonnaise sandwich. I've experienced damn, y'all don't never cook. They just get food from Publix. They got a volleyball court in the front yard with the sand for real. That's a different thing. So it's like, when you come from that from the zero, and then, damn, we could make something out of this. Versus a person like, I've been doing this the whole time, like we drink kegs. Y'all be going to get 4-packs for real? I go get kegs. So I don't look at the life the same way you look at life. And that's kind of how that comes and where that comes from. It's not about, oh yeah, we against each other, of course. So to address that mind state and that mentality of, oh yeah, it's a bunch of guys at the bottom that come at each other. Why you think that is? That's the rats fighting over the last piece of cheese. It's not a lot there. So you have to, some people got to be on poison. Some people got to do this and that and take from people just to get up. It's not a level playing field. And that's understood and that's okay. We're not complaining about that or crying about that. We understand that's what it takes to get there. But at the end of the day, if you flip the tables and we don't got to do that no more, oh, it's just free. It's there, and we just got to control it. Of course, I'm going for the people who understand what zero is to make 0 to 100. But if you got 100 and you never experience 0, then I don't ever care about the 0. I'm gonna land my plane there.
Hey, okay. He said, "This is what happened when I ain't said nothing in 2 hours. Let me show y'all something." Okay. All right. So we gonna get Shine in. I know he got a few questions he want to ask, and then I'm gonna after Shine, and whatever whoever you giving the questions to after they get done, and then I'm gonna get a Warlock in and main thing because they haven't said
All
nothing.
right, I'm gonna answer a little bit what he said, and I'm gonna quickly go to Empress, right? Okay, I think the worst thing that ever happened to black people is we had leaders. We seen what Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, we seen what damn near Martin Luther King did, and from my view of it, black people betrayed the Negroes. The Negroes just wanted to be left alone. Black people wanted to intermingle with white people and go into their establishments, right? So when we had like everybody, what was it? The segregation, right? Black people used to support one another because we had no choice. The moment we had freedom to go and expand and go into white people businesses, our businesses lost and our community went down the hill, because when we had the option to buy black or buy white, we chose to buy white. It wasn't forced. We chose to do that. And on the other hand, when you think about like we say black people coming together, the only reason I say we can't is based upon, I could ask Empress, do she consider herself an African American? So Empress, do you consider yourself African American? What do you consider yourself?
A Paleo American.
Okay, a Paleo American. See that right there, Kev.
Because why would I consider just hear me out? Why would I consider myself in law a civilly mortuus title that was given to us by people who want to confuse us? Because even just take a look at it. African and American. Either you're African or you're American. How are you going to be from two different continents? Unless you yourself have a father who's from Africa and a mother who's born here in America, then that's the only way you would be an African American. Both of my parents was born here. My grandparents from here. You feel what I'm saying? We are from New York by way of North Carolina and Georgia. We've been here.
I know.
So I'm not going to denounce who I am to take on a title that does not serve me or my people.
Okay,
it's a trademarked misnomer.
I just want to ask a question. I mean, I understand you're going to explain it, but I'm trying to show you that it don't matter, because when the title say black people and you don't consider yourself black.
Yeah, because that's a dead title. Nobody should consider themselves black. We're not black. It's a status that in law makes you civilly mortuus. Dead. I'm not dead. I'm alive.
Hold on. I asked you one question. I just wanted to answer. You're proving that even without you explaining, just give an answer. You're proving that it's impossible, because black people, you go from Negro, you go to Afro-American, you go to African-American, you go to black, and then you calling yourself something else, and then you got some other black people calling themselves Pan-African, then you have some goddamn Israelites calling themselves this.
Yeah, so we need to get on the right accord of what is the proper name and stop taking on dead titles, and this is why we should have think tanks so we can say, hey, we don't want to subscribe to this anymore. We want to go back to a matrilineal way of thinking and living, having consensus. And so we have a specific person that would be the delegator or the representative to go out front to speak for us.
Hey, hold on, man.
Instead of being divided.
Empress, okay, hold on. We subscriber here, you know what I'm saying, about the flex. Hey, listen, I just hold on. I just asked a simple question because we're trying to have like we're trying to have it organized, and you just went into this long soliloquy where all I want to show is you have a different name that you call yourself from the prompt. The prompt says black people, and I wanted to know, do you consider yourself black? You, out of your own mouth, don't consider yourself black. So when you say you feel kind of like, I don't know if you said defeated or you feel like, it's kind of like hurt your feelings, you are the person that you are talking about. Because
Yeah, but how am I the person that I'm talking about when I'm trying to prove to you or show you, like, hey, you're calling yourself, you're putting a spell on yourself that is putting you in a state of being dead. I'm trying to bring it to your awareness that, hey, you're alive. And if you do your research and you do your history, our proper names, our proper terms, the proper things that we were calling ourselves before someone else decided to give us a name or cast a spell on us. I'm trying to show you how to reverse the spell.
Okay, hold on. This
Can
is
I
where
hold on, real quick.
Hold on, 'cause she interrupted me. She interrupted me. I ain't get a chance to get my spiel yet. Even if she go off of the stuff that she is saying about you can't be two different continents, right? Even if you call Africans don't call themselves African. If you look up, I don't consider myself an African because that's a white man last name. Scipio Africanus, that's a Roman man. I don't consider, so even when you go just about the continent itself, you should even call yourself that. So we are all have these different things of what we think we are. So when you think of can black people get their power back, the answer will always be no, Kev, because she have her own definition of what black is. I have my own definition of what black is. And when you go with the own definition of it, watch this. Can a
But it's not my own definition. If you actually look up what black is in the Blue Dictionary, the definition means civilly mortus, which means in Latin that you are dead.
Man, hold on, man. You gotta have some patience. Hold on. I'll let you talk. You can't say that the prompt itself. I just want to go off what Kel prompt says, because I read the prompt. It said black people and it said power. It didn't say nothing about no Pelihio, whatever you call yourself. It says black people. You don't consider yourself black people, so you, by your own logic, you shouldn't even be having this conversation because you're not black. You're not like us.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying I know what the prompt is saying, and I understand what it means. I'm not stupid. I know that a lot of people who are sleepy and don't understand their status, don't understand law, call themselves black people. So I will be, you for what I'm saying, like in order to push the conversation forward so that we can have these conversations, still engage in the conversation so I can understand the thinking of my people.
What do you call yourself again? What do you
guess what I would say? Sean, hold on. You know what I would say? I'm American.
Exactly, I am American, and Paleo American is just emphasizing the ancient history of who our people are.
But I'm gonna keep it G. Like I'm American. But if you were to ask me a triggering question, I would say I'm an Aborigine.
See that? God damn, man. Hold on. Damn, this shit is confusing. Hell, this shit is confusing as hell.
I'm just
we got Aborigines, we got some Pan-Africanism, we got some goddamn.
You added Pan-African. Nobody said that.
Ron, and you know what,
Nobody said it was Marcus Garvey. Nobody said that.
Hold on. I actually did. Hold on. I actually broke this word down. Like, because if you look at American, and then you look at Afrikaan, I actually broke down what that other word meant. That con, or it's either Kan or Can. And that's why what we see a lot of like the religion that comes in with Khan, which is like a priest. So a lot of people don't understand like what it actually means. So why we got America fighting with Africa, and we got black people in both continents.
Let me ask you this, Lovely.
Yeah.
There's no way I could be my race, who I am as a person, is two white people last name. That don't make no damn sense to me. Africa is named after a white man. America is named after a Latino man.
Yep.
Amerigo Vespucci, right? I'm not no damn, my race don't come from two white people last name.
What two white people?
Say it again.
What two white people?
I just said it, man. Scipio Africanus and then Amerigo Vespucci, man. He a map maker, Italian map maker who discovered America. in America
Well,
is named after him.
even if you look at Morocco,
But there was T Americans too.
Morocco.
See, that's that damn Hotep stuff, man. Listen,
I'm
listen,
trying
yeah,
to
listen,
tell
listen,
you,
listen,
bro.
listen.
So it's
Hold on,
like it's an
hold on.
identity crisis,
Hey,
right?
listen.
But
It
what I'm
is.
saying is,
All I'm,
Right.
hold on.
Ivan,
All I'm
go
trying
ahead,
to
go
prove,
ahead.
brother. All I'm trying to prove is I'm not delusional at all. I
Where
know
you at
damn
with it?
well. Hold on. I know damn well that if I had to consider myself anything, I would go off of what my ancestors, the first people that was born on this soil, called themselves Negroes.
On
They
this soil,
called
you
themselves.
Negro.
Hold on, and even in Jamaica, those people come from Africa also.
They was Afro, yeah.
Yes, and what I'm saying is they stick to their name that they was given on that land, and they made a culture around that. In
Right.
America, we have a problem with names, and we constantly want to change names like motherfucker change draws. You can't go from Negro to Black to Afro American to African American, and now we got some goddamn indigenous goddamn people. Then we got some I don't know what Empress called herself, but
That's what we talked about yesterday,
Yeah,
Sean. We
but
were
all of
talking
those
about all
names you
That's
these.
named
why we
was not
can't
names that we gave
self-identify. We cannot
ourselves.
self-identify, bro. It's
We
more of
you talked
a
about
people. We
labels.
are
Yes,
All
you
the
a people.
can,
labels.
because the law says that you have a right to a nationality and the right to change it at any time.
That's cool.
We were meant to be self-determining.
man, I'm a
We're not.
subscriber. We don't follow no
The whole
rules,
point
man.
is
That's
to
cool.
be
We don't
sovereign
follow
over your
rules for
own
real.
being and to determine your status. That's what
That's cool.
sovereignty is.
That's cool. But I feel like in reality, we cannot self-identify because we are of a people.
Exactly, but the law definitely says that you have that opportunity to do so. So that would be that's not right.
Lovely. Okay, lovely. You talk about the law. Do you know that at one point, since we were talking about the law, which is crazy and it don't make nothing morally right, at one point it was legal, which is the law, to have slaves. And the law that you're talking about, what law are you talking about? Is it the YT man law? That's crazy to me that we talking about how black people could get their
All come
power
from
back,
one construct,
and
for
in
sure.
return of getting our power back, you using YT people laws.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit's crazy to me.
No, we're
Yeah.
talking about
But
we're
can I talk
talking
about
about
the leaders? Can I talk about the leaders? With Sean, can I talk about the leaders real
The
quick?
leaders, we don't need no
Listen.
damn leaders, man.
Listen.
Leaders have the chance to dictate. Leaders, hold on. Leaders, you think about all the damn black leaders we had. Them goddamn Coon, Uncle
You
Tom.
can't say all of them, bro. That's why I'm gonna put two on your face. I'm gonna put two on your face right
I'm
now.
gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one that everybody love, and I can't stand his motherfucking.
Let's go.
I can't stand his. I'm a Negro, but this motherfucker, he was a black man.
What's up?
Martin Luther King. Let me tell you what he did.
He fucked the game up though. I ain't talking about him.
That man was cheating on that black queen Coretta.
Bruh, I
He
ain't
was cheating
fucking with
on
him on
her.
that.
He just wanted to get him a white snow bunny. That's all
That's
he wanted
it?
to do. He wanted
But
to
guess what?
integrate with them
I gotta
white.
throw two names at you, bro.
Wait. All he wanted to do was intermingle with them YT people, and he wanted to go. Listen. Negroes wanted to be left alone. Negroes didn't want to join white people.
Yeah.
They just wanted to be left alone and do their own goddamn thing.
Right.
Black people and African Americans want to join all the YT people shit, man. Stay out them people goddamn clubhouse. Stay out they goddamn all the white T people shit they got, man. Leave them people alone and do our own damn thing. But African Americans and black people, y'all want to join everything the white man got going on. Negroes want to be left alone. We want to eat our goddamn chillings, our ham hock, our motherfucking pig feet. We want to dance. We want to have a goddamn good time without a white person around. But you African Americans and you goddamn blacks, boy, y'all some dangerous motherfuckers. I would never join y'all.
Nah, bro wanted to dance with the devil, but what I'm saying is two names out there that I would like to hold to my heart forever, bro. And that's Dick Gregory and Dr. Sabi. So when we talking about leaders, we can't say they leaders.
That man was a scam. What the
Who was
hell?
the scam? Dr. Sabi?
Hold on.
Who was this? Who was the scam?
So hold on. So hold on. So y'all gonna believe that this man had a cure, and he ended up.
Here you go. You finna get into the antics.
No. Hold on.
Don't get too deep on that stuff because they start shutting around.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do
They
that.
literally use in in their modern
Okay, cool.
medicine,
Okay, watch
the
this, Kev. Watch
derivatives
this,
of
Kev. Watch this,
So
plants
you
to
Kev.
don't, so
even
you
make
don't mess with
synthetic
Dr. You
drugs.
don't,
Hold
so
on,
you
hold
don't
on.
mess with Dick
Hold on.
Gregory.
I'm gonna show you that black people and y'all don't mess with Dr. Sebi. I'm gonna prove it
No,
right now.
no, no, Dick Gregory, bro.
Oh,
What are you
I like
talking
Dick
about?
Gregory.
Let's
I
clean
like
up
the
Okay,
here,
that's what I'm
bro.
saying.
comedian.
This
You
is an
want to act
OG, right?
around
Hold on. I'm
What are
saying
you
these is
talking
the old
about?
folks. Like these old folks who know what they know, bro. These is the people that I would say I will follow behind blindly.
Nah, you shouldn't
Okay,
follow
what herb?
nobody
Hold on,
blindly.
hold on, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother.
That
Hold on,
ain't
hold
a
on.
good thing
What
to do.
herb?
But
Hold
I'm
on.
saying I would.
If black people mess with Dr. Sebi like that, right?
Nah, we ain't gonna focus on Sebi. I'm saying I gave you two names.
Y'all ain't
Dick
messing with no
There's
Gregory.
damn
people
Dick
that
Gregory.
do mess with Sebi. I know people personally that have went to
Man,
Usha Village.
black
I
people are
know people
leading
that
that.
have
Hold on,
cured
stop, ma'am.
blindness. I know
Empress,
people that
Yeah, that's
have
why we're
Empress.
not gonna get into the
Hold on,
antics because
Empress
everybody feel
Failure.
like it's a
Empress,
I
hold
fairy
know
on.
that
tale.
people that have
Some people feel like it
helped
was a fairy
themselves
tale
with
though.
Black
infertility
people, hold on.
issues.
If black
So
people
I
would listen to
definitely
Dr.
disagree
Sebi,
with you on that. Herbs
if
is for
black
the
people,
healing. Herbs is real
listen,
medicine.
I don't
Let
want to
that boy
use that
talk,
mute
and we gonna
power.
let
I
him
don't want to
talk.
use my mute power.
He
Hey,
the
listen.
contrary. He
Listen,
the contrary.
if black people is so into Dr. Sebi, right? He came up
And
with
Dick
all kind
Gregory,
of.
you
Hold
gotta
on,
put both names
listen,
together,
listen.
bro. They from the
I'm,
same.
I'm brother. I'm talking about medicine. Dick Gregory don't know shit about no damn
Nah, I
medicine.
ain't talking about medicine though. I'm talking
I'm
about leaders.
listen to the
I ain't
words you
talking
said.
about no
Hold
medicine,
on, hold
bro.
on. Listen to what you said. You said you not. I am.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
I
Do your
am.
thing. Do
See,
your
you still on
thing.
that Martin Luther King? I have a dream type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, hey, listen. When you think about Dr. Sebi, right, and you say that how he's like black people, I believe that you say black people should look up to him, whatever it may be.
For sure.
Black, hold on. If this man dropped this, how black he dropped all those Jews about how black people could be healthy,
Right.
and with all that knowledge that this man dropped and passed away, black people still leading in high blood pressure, diabetes, and all that shit. Y'all
We
ain't listening to
needed
no
him,
goddamn
bro.
Dr. Sebi, man.
We needed him.
Hold on, hold on.
Just because
You ain't doing nothing with the information that he
So
left behind.
that's not
I think I
necessarily true because the people.
I would say
But
that is one
I
part I
disagree
do
with that because
I disagree with. Let me say this real quick, Hart. Evan, I keep saying that. But that is one part I do disagree with Sean. Is I do believe people need leaders. That's in life overall because overall like it's people that's not meant to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? It's people that do need to follow something. They have to follow something because otherwise they're gonna be lost. They're gonna be just doing some crazy stuff. And this is no different from when we started off as kids and stuff. We needed parents to kind of teach us and stuff. So some people have to, I mean, you even see today, right? People just follow anything nowadays. They follow freaking what's her name, Trippie Redd or whatever. She's a leader now. But but I'm just saying, depend on the type of leader. And I kind of get what Ron's talking about in a little bit. Is like because no matter what, it got to be some type of lead, in certain situations and leading on whatever somebody's good at. Maybe lead in some type of form of progression. But otherwise, if we just leave everybody to be with no leadership and they just
Lean not
Oh,
on your
like
own understanding.
random stuff. Oh, well, I'm my own leader and stuff. That's what the world we going in right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so tall because we don't have a solid type leader or something like that. Because everybody want to do the individualists. Trying to do. You can't work in no group being an individual. It just don't work like that. That's with anything. Their jobs, all this stuff. But I don't know. I think that's the one thing I kind of disagree with.
You can't disagree with no
But
subscriber, Kenfo. Come on, man. What the hell? Hey, hold on.
My bad. I take it back.
Let me ask this. Let's go with
Like privilege, Sean. That's privilege.
yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Kev, I just subscribed and he already disagreeing with me. God damn, what the hell? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Not him trying to use some
Hey, but hold
manipulate.
on.
You ain't manipulating.
Who said that
I know
last
your
time? Manipulate.
powers.
Nah, what I was gonna say is,
My man, I can't wait till
I'm
he
just
come
saying,
back.
as far as I could remember, every black leader that we had in our community, I have felt like they have been like a detriment to our community. And what I've known with politics, I've seen this since the 60s, and my big mama taught me this. Now and y'all don't know about big mamas because everybody want to be nanas and shit. All this new age grandma. Don't nobody want to be grandma or granddaddy no more. Everybody want to be nanas and shit. Like we need to bring big mamas back, man. But anyway, all the politicians, what they do is they prey on ignorance of our community, and what they do is the leaders of our community used to be the church, and the church has deceived us, and that's why we're in the position that we're in. The politicians go to the church leaders, and the church leaders disperse all of the information out to the community. So our leaders have been nothing about, have all been about money. You could take the new group that we just had that was so-called leaders, right? Black Lives Matter. What did they do? They stole. They took from the less fortunate, and people was going through things. They took from those people. She got 3 homes that's over $1 million, and she's nowhere to be found right now. She stole from black people.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't care about we
That's
don't need no black
infiltration,
leaders.
bro. That's
We don't-
infiltration. You're mistaking infiltration.
Remember what
for
Ron
intent.
was saying earlier, the identity crisis is that a lot of people used God to do something wrong. You know, a lot of people used the church and used the government, used all of it.
True.
The
They was talking about that
identity.
yesterday, yeah. But they use our own black. They use our history too. What people be trying to exclude that part. No, everything in history is legit too. I'm like, how do you know though? Ah man, that was a whole nother deep time. I'm actually I wanted to. I'm not gonna say that. I want to talk about that too. The difference between knowing and believing. So before, because it's gonna be a night. I already see you already. We still stuck on the first prompt, and that's how it's gonna be. I expected this one though.
History is
So let me
usually
get.
told in the mind frame
Let me.
of the conqueror and not the conquered.
Dang, can you not hear me? What the heck going on? She's scaring me too, though. Her voice keeps pissing me off guard. She be Bogart with that voice too, man. I said history. But go ahead. Warlock, I'm gonna get Warlock and main thing in here, man. I knew that was gonna deep when I knew when Sean came in, I knew it was gonna be a deep situation. But let me get Warlock in and main thing, because they ain't said nothing in a while.
What's up,
And
man?
you got anything else, James?
I'm still sitting in my car for
You got
fucking
anything?
practice,
Okay.
dude. So, what the hell does that
Uh-oh.
red one and the white one say? Because I think that's what y'all said y'all were.
These the first two we on, yeah. So you can blend it
All right, read
together,
them out
or
for
you
me,
can
'cause I don't have my
answer
glasses.
separate. So how much better would America be if we black people had the power and or got back what was taken from us and
Warlock
explained?
came in with some fire.
All right.
They didn't even say nothing yet.
How much
what
better
they-
off would we be?
Oh, tripping.
Truth be told, the way that we are now, we will be even more fucked up. Because then we would think we got fucking power. And we really fucking don't. To get back what was taken from us, that would constitute, if you really want to try to go back that fucking far, that would constitute motherfuckers going back to the West Indies, to Africa, whatever the fuck your ancestors came from. And most motherfuckers that talk that shit ain't trying to fucking leave anyway. So they need to shut the fuck up about that. Anyway, what's the second one?
I told you.
And this the one we on, the deep one.
I
What
said, I
Lovely?
told
What'd
you
you
he
say?
came in with some fire.
Oh, you was telling the future. That's what threw me off. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't even hear him say nothing. She said she already knew what the deal was. And the deep one we on, which I feel like we can expound on this. I talk about this first prompt all day if
Well,
we want
read the
to.
damn
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? Because, yeah. Well, I got you. Let me just talk to the thing. What the heck? Did y'all just win? Dang. All right. Do you believe we, black people, are ready today for that?
Are we
Why
ready
not?
for
Let's get to it.
ready for the day that what?
Basically, it's
What no, we
connected
ain't
with
ready
the first
for it.
prompt.
Here's the reason why.
Power.
Because as we have proven,
Everything.
on this panel, and this is just a small sample size, we can't even agree on the fucking basic shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers want to try to build a fucking building starting on the 3rd fucking floor. You can't even agree whether or not you want the foundation to be square, circle, rectangular, or whatever. You can't even agree on the fucking foundation. So how are we supposed to build anything if we can't even agree on that part?
Because
People want to
know
be
their
X, Y,
positions.
Z, P, R, X, whatever the fuck. We can't even come together and say, hey, okay, this is what we are. Okay, we understand we have this sect. We understand we have this sect. But what the fuck is our end goal? And each sect is going to have their own fucking end goal. So your building is going to look all fucked up. We can't, right? Look, I always say that we as a people are fucking broken. Broken as fuck. And a lot of people don't want to accept that. A lot of people don't want to see that. But tell me where I fucking lied. We're broken because we can't even get along with each other. We get along as long as Kev points of view agree with mine. As long as Sean points of view agree with mine. But as soon as somebody point is different, then the fucking house of cards fall the fuck apart.
You know what it is, Warlock? We gotta agree on a leader.
Look,
That's the whole thing we gotta do.
you know what? I'm not even gonna touch on that.
Hey, actually, I don't know. I didn't get the leader thing he was talking about though, but it do make sense though. But that's just baby steps.
Hold on, I'm not letting y'all do that shit to me because I didn't interrupt nobody.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, you can't take
Man,
no breathers around. You better watch out.
Kev's the only one that can interrupt me, goddammit. Listen, in reference to this leader crap, I mean, I'm not gonna say crap. What I'm saying to you is, if we can't even agree with what the problem is, how the fuck do you get a leader? How?
How do you get a leader if you don't agree on your personal feelings and personal opinions?
Time out. Like I said, we can't even agree with what the problem is. So how do we get somebody to lead a broken fucking army? We have to come together as our soldiers and pick the one that best serves our.
You ain't gonna listen until you have to listen, bro.
Look, I run Tropolis or what have you. That was a rhetorical question.
You said it right.
Okay, that was a rhetorical question, my guy. If you notice, I stayed my monkey ass on mute until I was called on. All right. So, my whole thing in reference to a leader, you can have you have your little I'll call them pods. You have people that know how to lead, right? For whatever their lane is. Just like the president, right? And I'm not even going to get into it. The president is a figure fucking head.
Right.
Right? So ergo, he doesn't know every fucking thing. So he has his fucking cabinet. Okay. Now, the whole thing in reference to finding a leader is just like I tell everybody, a leader is someone that knows how to delegate, that knows how to listen. Mm-hmm. So where do you find that person that cannot get up in their that don't get up in their feelings, even though they may disagree with their cabinet or the people that they delegate to, and say, fuck that, I'm going to do what the fuck I want? Is that a leader?
You want to know how they do it, bro?
So that's the basic thing about it. Dude, we have to just understand exactly. All right, I'm gonna end it on this shit.
Go ahead.
I tell people this, and this is about problem solving, right? You take a plate of fucking food. You're not gonna be able to eat everything off that plate all at once because you're fucking choked to death. You need to pick something, deal with that, figure that out, then go to the next thing. And if something else is put on your plate, you'll come back to that. No, we're trying to figure this all out at one fucking time, and we are choking because of the simple fact that we can't swallow it all. Yeah, you need to take them daggone potatoes, eat some, then come back and cut that daggone meat up, take some. Don't try to fold that goddamn motherfucker in half and try to swallow that shit all at once, and that's what we're trying to do. So until we can realize that we need to take this shit, we have several different fucking problems, and it can be several different groups that can have these problems. But until that group solves their problem and start getting in other people's fucking lane, they're going to continue to have their problems. They're going to fuck up the other people that are trying to solve theirs, and so on and so on and so on. You need to figure out what the fucking problem is that you have with your group first.
I think that's the thing too, Warlock, is that so many people are out here trying to tell everybody else where they need to be at when they don't even know where they're at.
See, that's the problem, Lovely. The whole thing is, in a nutshell, is I can damn near guarantee you, out of the 14 fucking people here, I'll say at least 10 of them motherfuckers don't have a clue on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know who the fuck you are, how are you supposed to help people?
Exactly. It always
It's
boils
always
back
more
down to
sheep.
self.
It's always more sheep. It's always more sheep.
It's meant to be sheep and shepherds.
So
There's
that's
only
what I'm
one
saying.
shepherd.
That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
isn't a
Yeah.
shepherd a leader?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you feel me? Like,
Everybody want to
that's
be the
what I'm
goat.
saying.
Remember, everybody want to be a goat. Everybody want to be the
Everybody want to be the goat, and that's why I said. That's why I said that's what the problem is.
That's
Everybody want to
okay.
be the
You can
goat.
That's
want to
not
be the goat.
okay. Because the
You can want to
representation of the
be.
goat is the devil. So why would anybody want to be a goat? Why would
That's a whole
anybody
nother
want to lead
Baphomet
people
conversation.
into
That's a Baphomet
turmoil?
conversation. That's a Baphomet conversation.
But I mean, in reference to people wanting to proclaim themselves as a goat, that means that you want to bring people into tyranny. You want to bring people into agony and pain and chaos and turmoil. That's what we're calling each other now. Michael Jackson, the GOAT. Everybody the GOAT. Everybody want to be these lone figures, and everybody want to lead people into spaces where they don't need to go. And then you have people that's following that. Everybody wants to be leaders, even up on this platform. If you say one thing, or as soon as you turn on the camera, here go people. Oh, I worship you. We have too many idols. We have too many idols. That's not a leader. That's an idol.
For sure. I agree.
We talked about idolatry
Ouch.
yesterday, right, Kev?
Sizzle.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yep.
Am I on mute? What the fuck is going on? Okay. Here's the thing.
I heard
Here's
what
the
you
thing. I
was
tell
doing
people
over
this
there.
about
Chill.
leaders, right? And you see, and you'll forget what I'm talking about here on TikTok. We have a shitload of people on here talking about, well, I'm a leader. Men need to lead. This, that, and the other. They're born leaders. This, that, and the other. Yada, yada, yada. I tell everybody, when you hear a motherfucker saying that shit, run. Get the fuck out of their way and let them run into their own fucking wall. Because here's the thing. There are certain things in life that you cannot proclaim yourself as. That has to be a name or a moniker that should be given to you by your peers and by the people that are willing to follow you. And if you're going to demand that somebody call you a leader, you need to go kick rocks and man, you need to go kick rocks.
Hell no. You don't proclaim yourself as the leader. I'm saying the people follow the leader because that's actually the leader. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of people with a bunch of individual.
Who says they're a leader, Run?
Nobody says that. It's self-proclaimed. It's not, no, it's not self-proclaimed. It's more of like, it's the masses agree. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I got you on that. So if that is the case, hold on, my guy. Hold on, my guy. If that is the case, and and I just sat here and said that we can't even agree on the problem, how the fuck you gonna pick a leader?
It depends on the people for sure.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going on mute now.
And
I'm just saying, it depends on the mindset of the people.
Beyonce.
If you have the mindset of, I can never agree. Wait,
pick-
I gotta respond to him because he tried to put me on shutdown. If you cannot agree as a people who is the leader, then what are you? You are resilient. You are a rebel, right? I've been a rebel all my life, and that's cool. I just learned how to start listening to people who knew more than me. I'm not saying that I know it all. I'm saying that I listen to the people who know a little bit more. And them people be saying some stuff that I be like, I ain't never think of it like that. And that's cool. Everybody got their own little vibe with it. But I'm saying it's certain people that, you know, if it was a situation where they are at the top of the speaking, they at the podium, they are saying what they got to say, like a Trump and a Joe Biden. Like it was funny. Somebody said something about politics. It's the same. If you give me two choices, you're giving me the choice of choosing between two. Who am I following? It's the same as the politics. You got people over here and you got people over there. It's the Democrats and it's the Republican, right? Cool. You getting to choose who you really rocking with. And you're going to rock with that side even if they lose in the ballot. That's just what it is. If I say I'm on that Dick Gregory vibe, that's who I'm rocking with.
Oh, you
get what I'm saying?
You know, you should use Dr. Sabi for that one because saying riding with and Dick.
I ain't gonna lie, his name.
I say he scared me a little bit.
Nah,
I'm
that's
like,
his name,
bro.
though. That's his name.
I know it just was the wrong time.
That's his name, bro.
When I say I'm on that, I can't repeat it.
Wow, dude.
I said, get off of it. We on live right now. Chill.
That's his name.
Oh my, that was so random. Like, where did
Hey,
that
look,
random stuff
truth
come
be
from?
told, that was the first black
When
fight in the
did I
world was
tell
with
you I'm
that.
on that?
But I'm gonna
That's
leave
his
that
Uh,
alone.
Nah, for real. I rock with your input though, OG. You feel me? I'm just saying, I know we can't choose a leader. I know that for a fact. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm in pretend land. We can't choose a leader. But I'm saying there has to be one in that scenario.
I get both of y'all. Yeah, I think both of y'all. Like I said, I do agree with the leader part, right? It's just all about right leadership. It's obvious that a lot of people lost. That's the reason why we do these lives and stuff. You know, it's a lot of people. I mean, because a lot of people just lost, and so. But it's just all you got to have the right one. So I will agree on that because like the fact is, everybody is their own leader in this day and age, right? That individual mindset and all that stuff. That is the biggest problem. It's like it's only so long, and even going back to what Sean was talking about, it's only so long we can keep blaming. Well, it was the churches and all that. So when you gonna have a mind of your own, right? And then then try to change from that because it's obvious you got the wrong leadership. But then even when you start having your own, you start realizing that it's some people that you might have to back to that word, be a little humble towards so you can learn more because you can't lead in everything, right? But when it comes to like something big, or something that you trying to what's the word I'm trying to think, basically something you trying to grow in that you don't have the strength in, that's when you find the leader of that got that strength. I think even in wars, everybody got their specialty. You got like even with they got the sergeant and all the other stuff or whatever, they all got they all different forms of leader, right? They lead in different things, just like even jobs, right? You got your line leaders, you got your supervisor, you got all them, but that brings order to make that job work. You know what I'm saying? So that's no different from like right now. But you need leaders in different things. So you can't have everybody that's on their own agenda, right? And then try to say we want to work together, but that don't work. That just
But
don't
that's
work
the
like
thing,
that.
Chuck.
So I think that's the one part I do take out of what Ron's saying. But then what Warlock's saying is just the mindset we have now. We don't even know what to agree on. And that's a super true one. We don't know
Well,
what to lead in
it's not even
because everybody think too dang on much in too many different ways, and everybody think that they got the best route in. I got the best thing, and you should think like this, and you should be. So it's
even
very
just
heavy on that though. So
everybody wants to lead, but nobody knows how to be led. So what about the people that are behind the leader? What are they doing? We talk about all these like chiefs and Indians and priests and gods or all this stuff, but it's like nobody
Lovely,
wants to be led.
there's one way to eliminate a whole lot of motherfuckers.
And what's
Because
that?
here's the thing. And this is my personal thought. Okay, I'm not basing this on fact or anything. My whole thing is, if you are gonna lead someone,
I'm out.
you should be willing to lay down your life for them. And if you are not willing to do that, if you're not willing to go through the goddamn storms and all of that crap and be the last man out, then you don't need to lead no motherfucking body, because you're asking the people that's following you to do something that you're not willing to do for the group. You're asking all of these people to put themselves in harm's way for one motherfucker when you can't even do it for the group. And if you put it to a motherfucker like that, a whole lot of motherfuckers will step back and step the fuck down. And then you will have the cream of the crop to pick from.
So you got to be willing to revolt.
Well, you got to be willing to make a sacrifice.
I'm asking
That's
him.
what I'm saying. That's all.
Well, you got to be willing to revolt like a Muhammad, like a Malcolm.
Like the man of the house, like the family structure, how it's supposed to be, instead of the government saying let's take over and allow our monthly cycle having asses to control some shit within the household like that. Let's stop going on these big levels and let's talk about where it comes from and the root. The root is the family. When the families can then have a leader, then we can all come together, but we lack that primarily. And then we talk about it, and then we fight about it, and then we talk about the past instead of having a solution for right now. Right now, what is the solution? Fathers are the leaders within the household. So if somebody come up to your door, that's your first line of action. Not what's going on in the street, but how am I going to be able to protect my house? house. Then you step
Exactly.
outside and you meet with other leaders, other fathers. The women gather around. They meet with other leaders within the women community, within our community. And we talk about how we're supposed to be the backbone of the structure for the fathers in the household so they can stay strong, so they can keep protecting us and the children. We got to stop going all the way to Farrakhan, because let's be mindful, we have depicted and completely torn up Farrakhan like the rest of everybody else. And nobody is the idea of perfection. But we got to start right
There's
here
no
in the household.
perfection. There's no perfection, but I agree that we lack
That
infrastructure.
foundation.
We
That
lack
foundation.
infrastructure. So
That
that what you
order.
saying, Shorty? You saying we lack infrastructure?
Well, I think it's I think where James coming from too is that order, you know, and what we're allowing other people to do for us. It's that interdependency. It's like, look, I gotta let my man be a man, just like he's gonna let me be a woman. You know, like we have to interdefine with each other. We gotta allow each other to do things for us that we need to do in order to maintain that foundation, that family structure, that family dynamics, and not using the government to.
You know what? I'm gonna tell it to you like this. Nobody's gonna allow me to be a fucking man. I'm gonna be a man. If you got a problem with it, you don't need to be the fuck around me.
I always hated the word allow, Warlock.
I know, Ben, but you know, some people take shit literally. I just wanted to correct that shit. If you're looking for a woman to allow you to be a man, or if you're looking for a man to allow you to be a woman, get the fuck out of that damn life.
Yep.
If you're looking for somebody to bring you peace, well, motherfucker, you don't need to be in a relationship. If you're looking for somebody to bring you happiness, you don't need to be in a relationship, because your thing should be, you already have your peace and your happiness. You're looking for somebody to come in and not fuck it up.
Well, that's kind of like what you guys were talking about earlier when you're talking about being a leader. Do you allow yourself to be a leader, or are you allowing, or is somebody else giving you that position? You be the leader.
There are certain things that others can give you. That's one, because they're saying to you, hey, we trust you, we believe in you, and we understand that you are not gonna put us in harm's way. We are not gonna ask us to do shit that you wouldn't do for yourself, that you wouldn't do your damn self.
Right.
If you want us to run into the wall, motherfucker, you gonna run into that motherfucker face first before any of us.
Yep. Exactly. And it always is going to go back down to self. If you're going to be a leader, you got to take on all the consequences, all the sacrifices, all the understandings, the misunderstandings, the understandings. And if you're going to be a follower, you got to follow your lead too.
But see, that's a problem with some people, because they understand they're not a leader, right? But when they get into that follow role, as soon as they get into their fucking feelings, talking about, well, you know, I don't think that's right. He didn't say that right, or whatever. Now you're becoming a fucking hindrance to the cause.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, I went from using a shovel to dig ditches, then I had to go out and get a daggone backhoe, and that shit is expensive to rip. The dig ditches to throw all the motherfuckers that's trying to slow down this train. You're gonna go in it, and hopefully you'll get it, and you'll get the next one that comes by. But I'm not allowing nobody to slow down this train that I'm on, because you know, for y'all that don't know, I mentor little boys into trying to be better young men, trying to be better gentlemen, trying to be better future fathers and husbands. And if you are a detriment to that train moving forward, your ass is going in the fucking ditch.
Hey Warlock, I need you on my podcast that I'm working on. It's the Fathers Alliance, and I was talking about that earlier before you got on.
That don't make no sense.
I need you to be a part of that.
Like that's
All right,
that's
send me a link to it, man, and let me know when.
I got you. I got you, my brother. I got you, my brother.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Now you up there talking about it don't make no sense. Somebody
Thank you,
forgot the
Kev,
mute.
for my teddy bears from Dick
Not
Gregory.
I think so.
You didn't have to emphasize the first name like that. But anyway.
Don't come for me.
I think I'm gonna be on
The government
y'all
has
get it
become
off
some
my-
people. The government has become some people's new daddy. That's what I call it. As their daddy. You know, they use the government and say, wait a minute, we need to communicate as people, like we have these lives, you know, and stop using the government. Because a lot of most people that don't agree with the government, but yet they use it, make it make sense.
Mm. It's quiet. What? All right, let me get Nay up in the building.
And I'm like, all right, I'm on mute.
Hey, man.
Cause we. Let me. I might have to let her cuss her background out first before we get
Hey,
there.
cuz.
And we get back. Oh, she back. She back. Yay! Say no. What's up, Nay? Who just dropped? What's that? Oh. But yeah, where we at is so how much better would the world be if black people had the power instead? You know, how much better would it be?
Not that much better, I don't think. Like,
Mm.
because I see, like, what, like, the black community is doing. I mean, like, not like everybody is doing it, but yeah, I just, me personally, like, like, I don't think it would be better. Like, we be doing a lot of stuff that's literally detrimental. Like,
Mm. Yeah, I will say that. Do you believe we ready? That's the next question. Do you believe we as black people are ready today for that? And why not? Well, basically, I think you kind of answered that. No, you answered that in the midst of it too. So okay, because he or she already said we be doing that, and I get it, and I get it, boy. So here go my side question that's not on there. It made me think about it. That's why I'm waiting. But I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I'm waiting for this. Yeah, I'm waiting. So if that's the case, right? Why do we come on this app, or why in general that so many of us come here crying about we need our power back, we need all these other things, and it seemed like that we're not ready. So is that we prioritizing the wrong thing at the wrong time or something? Or I don't know what's going on. So it's like we quick to say, you know, we're this way, and we quick to say basically we just saying we want the power, we want power and all this other stuff, and I'm like, but it's gonna dig deep on that though with the rest of the questions though. I just thought about that. I don't want to answer too much though. I think my side one is like why is people just so feel like that the power is gonna, you know, why do you think? I think, man, I can't say that. I got to talk to some oppositioners, though. I don't know how to do that one, though. I know they got their mind up. So I feel like they just jump in the pew pew. I meant to say. I say the other word. Oops. But yeah, how y'all feel about it? Why y'all think everybody was so quick to just say they go for the power? They don't think about what's going on right now.
Ooh, crickets.
Said what now? You said why do people go for the power?
They well, that's the first thing a lot of people. I be just hearing on even just on this app or just in general, or even some of my family members. And we need our power back. We need what's ours, and we need, you know, all this stuff or whatever. And because it seems like that's the only reason why a lot of us ain't moving. But why is that the first thing that they mention is like we need our power back? Why is that the first thing? I guess.
Because it sound good and they don't even know what they asking for because what's old, we don't even supply enough land in the U.S. for what is old. 40 acres and a mule? Come on now. The U.S. ain't 40 acres and a mule if you times that by as many black people are here. So it's just a good standing point to keep people in inertia and to keep people sounding as if they're saying the correct thing or the right thing. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my standpoint on it.
I would say I would agree with that because it's like we're asking for the power. We don't understand what it is to have that power. And people are like, oh, they want their acres. I'm sorry for the background, but they want their acres and everything. But what are you gonna do with it? Because so many times some people have that land and everything, and they just let it go to rot. But oh no, they don't want to sell it. Oh, they don't want to do that with it. But you're not doing anything with it, and it's making the community or the area look bad. And somebody comes in there and like, hey, I can do this, that, and with it. No, 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 because it's like, but you're not doing nothing with it. You want all this, so what you gonna do with it? You want this power, but do you know what it takes and what it means to have this power? Don't know, because I feel like a lot of people who want it just wanted to abuse it.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with the power that you take on. Kind of like what Ron was saying earlier. When you take on that leadership, there's a responsibility. And I think what you
Go ahead, say some Spider-Man stuff. Go ahead,
like
say it.
I always think about this when when you look at your bosses or people that are above you in the employment level that you have. It's like, wait, you were me once, but once you got this power, now what are you responsible of? What are you taking? What are you taking on? You're now responsible not just for yourself. You're responsible for me too.
Them PPP loans had people in the chokehold.
They happened to the dude Sean just dipped out of nowhere with his dang on subscription here.
Let me
I just popped out of nowhere.
let me ask a question here.
Probably had to,
For all of those that want
what you got?
reparations, or all of those that want to talk about that 40 acres and a mule, right? We all know about the pandemic. We all know about these freaking stimulus checks, right? We all know that about the thing where they told people, okay, we know what's going on, you don't have to pay your rent, right? We know about all of that. We know that when that was ended, how many motherfuckers got evicted? We all know that most black folk don't know how to handle money. This is why we are so far down the totem pole as far as being in what are the levels of finances? What they call them? Well, we're the lowest part on the daggone economic ladder.
You know,
So if in fact you gave us what most people say that they want, reparations, and usually when they speak of reparations, they speak of money. If you gave us that 40 acres and a freaking mule, how long would it be, just like lottery winners, before we're fucking broke again? Without any type of freaking education on how to deal with the fucking money.
You know what that reminds me of, Warlock? There was a difference. I did this months ago, and we were talking about the difference between reparations, the financial, the fiduciary part of it, or the settlement. Do you want the land? Do you want the territory? Or do you want the money?
I want the land for sure.
You want to give me reparations of some sort? I'll take the land. At the same token, I'll look, give me the land and give me something that will be profitable for the next 100, 200 years. Let me build something. All right, here we go. Say you got reparations. Say you got $300 trillion for everybody. Just say that. Give me a freaking state. Build me some fucking wind turbines, some fucking other shit, some fucking solar shit, because that's where we're going now. That's what we're eventually gonna get. Build me that shit, give me sole ownership of it, and leave me the fuck alone. Because you're gonna have to eventually come to me for what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Now is that gonna be turnover money? Is that money that's gonna constantly come in? Yes. But most motherfuckers, here we go again, y'all. We are too fucking broken to work together like that. And until we can, I don't even want the motherfuckers to give us reparations of any sort because we don't know how to deal with it.
It kind of reminds me, Warlock, because I live I grew up in an area in Southern California where I'm literally 5 minutes from an Indian reservation. Well, they call them Indian or indigenous, whatever, the
Right.
I'm trying, and they got money like crazy just coming in because they're allowed to have casinos on their land. So, but they were given a certain land, but they were also given the ability to do certain different things. Those treaties. So do we want the reparations? Do we want the treaties? Do we want the territory? Or do we just want the ability to be able to do whatever the fuck we want?
See, my whole thing is, look, you can have your casinos, I want something for us that I know that you're going to have to come to me for. You're going to have to come to me.
Yep.
So if you have to come to me, that means you're going to have to bring me your money. I don't give a fuck how freaking much of a bigot you are, how much of a racist you are, how much you don't like other black folk. Motherfucker, now you got to come to me. You have to come to me.
I'm going to give you an example, Warlock. My husband did this with our because we got solar panels, and he fought it's Edison out here, the electric company. He said, "Look, you're borrowing my energy. You're taking from me. No, you owe me. So you got to pay
I
me."
honestly think since the whole thing about Tulsa and all of the other places that blacks own that got flooded out or what have you, I honestly think, and hear me out, I honestly think that we're scared to own shit. As much as we talk about it, I think a lot of motherfuckers are scared to own shit because they don't know how to run shit. Two, they really don't know how to protect their own shit.
Well, I had that conversation with somebody earlier today where when you're used to only survival or chaos or all that, you don't even know how to be comfortable when something changes.
Change is a motherfucker, lovely. We're creatures of habit. Change is hard, but a lot of times it's necessary.
Hey, Outlaw, where you from?
Yeah, but I'm still mad at you. I'm still mad at you.
Upstate? You like upstate New York?
Who did you ask that to?
I'm asking you. You from upstate New York?
Do I sound like I am?
I ain't gonna lie, you do.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, and I'm gonna tell you that a lot of people don't think I am because I don't enunciate words. People, I'm from Baltimore.
Oh, you from Baltimore?
Oh, you're in Maryland. Yeah.
I'm on Baltimore.
That accent.
So you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's
he
like.
definitely sound like he from
Florida.
Baltimore.
Like you don't have no idea. You don't have no idea what it's like to live in North Florida. Like I'm from Dade. You feel me? I'm from Miami. So you don't know what it's like to go from
My
Miami
God.
to like.
Hold on. That's your
Terrible.
assumption. I said I'm from here. I didn't say that I never lived nowhere else. That was your assumption.
I ain't never say you ain't live nowhere else. I asked you where you lived.
No, you asked me where was I from.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what else? Have you lived in Florida?
I've lived in Florida. I lived in Georgia. I lived in Arizona. I lived in freaking Texas. I lived in fucking Minnesota. I lived in Utah. I lived in Germany. I lived in freaking Korea.
Man, you was a mover. My goodness.
Nah, you was military though?
Huh?
You was military?
You was loose
For
out in these
most, of my,
streets.
for most of my European stays, yes, but not for when I was here in the States.
Okay.
But I didn't even mention Missouri or freaking Virginia because that's where I did basically.
I like areas. I like Texas too.
Or North Carolina.
Why not?
Yeah, I was Fort
Different
Lauderdale
areas.
in the summertime.
But I asked that because like here in North Florida, we capitalize off land. You feel me? So if you into land and you doing that, then you know that's obtainable.
So, Run, Northern Florida, is that on like the Florida? Because I have family.
Panhandle.
is in like the Florida, Georgia, like outside of Pensacola.
Yeah, like South Georgia, North Florida, like
Yeah.
Pensacola,
My sister lives there.
Tallahassee,
I was
You
just
talking
there.
about over there on the Panhandle?
Yeah.
like Midway, Quincy, shit like that.
We up there. We're right there by that line. I was saying Duval. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, Thomasville, Cairo, Albany, Cairo.
The Florida Georgia line. That's what they call it.
The Mason Dixie line. I'm a Mason. You feel me?
Yes,
So
I got
the
you.
Mason
I got
Dixie
you.
line. You feel me?
Yeah, Virginia starts the Mason-Dixon line, don't it?
Yeah, all that part of it.
Well, you
No,
can't
actually, Maryland is one of those states.
colony state. So DMV area is all clumped together pretty much. So you can't really own anything in one of those colony states. But that's not with, because I'm from Virginia. I knew that you could own land. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I was from Virginia, but I mean, we were all privy to the information that we can own land in different states.
Well, it's the same thing I see, Jane, too. Like coming from, because I'm in Cali, and in California, we've got a lot of black people that come from LA and they come inland because that's where it's affordable. So is it about money or is it about territory?
It's about territory.
I'm in Texas now. Girl, give me that land.
Taking out,
What's
bro.
that
Piece of that
bubble?
gum,
This shit's
man.
gum.
And it gum look good too. I'm like, I'm trying to guess what flavor it is. I'm like, is it the cotton candy or is it the
Candy.
blueberry? Ooh.
Cotton candy. It's, you know, it's stale now because it's been over 5 minutes. But
My
Like, I'll chew that gum
sister,
until it don't chew no more.
They don't make them like they used to.
mm-mm.
yeah, my
It's sugar free
sister-in-law
now.
sister-in-law is in the DMV, and that's a totally different, because now you're right next to the.
He said, what's the flavor? D. Grayson?
Stop this.
You dumb as hell, Kev.
Extra on the dick.
That was the laugh of the night, man. I just had it. It was so random. I'm like, I think we talking about growth and power.
I agree, I agree, because my sister-in-law lives in the DMV, and it's like she is literally like right up the street from the White House, and it's like, what? You're close to too much stuff.
I would think that I would
Nah, you ain't
like.
lying. The DMV, that's Detroit, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah,
No,
that's
that's DC, Maryland, Virginia.
DC.
not Detroit.
No.
DC. Yeah,
You know
that's
what the D
DC.
stand for?
That's DC. You ain't gonna lie, I'm from Florida, bro. I lived in Florida all my life, bro. And I done travel. You feel me? But yeah, I be so stuck in that Florida way. You feel me? Like Florida, Georgia. Like I just feel like that's a territory where we just do what we want to do.
I mean, I would say that if it was up to me, I would say the money. I wouldn't necessarily say the land. I would say the money, and then I can do what I want with that money and build where I want to build. And my preferred place to build would be like, I would say Hawaii. I've been there before. I like the area, and they have so much land there that's untouchable, of course. But I mean, I feel like, shoot, got a little enough money, you can make them do like maybe but America couldn't even do it. But at the same time, I like it. It's a peaceful atmosphere. I think my business may be able to start from there and then spread out to other places. This is a safe environment to start for me. So I will be like, just give me the money. I'll start it over there, and then we'll see what it goes to.
Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Sims, because my husband came from Southside Chicago, and he came out to Cali, and he's been out here like 20 years. And I want to move back down south. I want to move back down to the Florida, Georgia area, because of that. You can get more for your money. So you get more. So the money that you're investing in, and think about it, when we invest in ourselves, what are we actually getting in return? You know.
Brian, I have a question.
They changed the currency. Now $1 million is a dollar.
I wish
No,
they
the currency
would.
the
Jane.
same, but 100,000 get you real far in this area.
I think Nay had some. She got a light voice though, so I think they were trying to say.
So Brian,
Go ahead,
I have
Nay.
a question for you.
I think you said run.
Yeah,
You said
Ryan.
run.
What's up?
Like, so Ryan, so have you been to a car show in Florida?
Or what in Florida?
A car show?
Yeah, for sure. Like that's part of our culture. That's part of our culture. So you would probably see the Infinity trucks on 30s and the G bodies, stuff like that. You feel me? But it'd be like Orlando, Daytona, Miami. You feel me? I'm from Dade, so like, we got car shows in Orlando, Miami, West Palm, Daytona. Tallahassee had a classic. Had a homecoming, all that type stuff. So yeah, I done been to car shows for sure.
Yeah, like I visited, like, cause I visited like 3 times, but it was like really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Florida, you gotta know somebody. Like you gotta know somebody. Like it gotta be somebody. Like it ain't gotta be the top person. It just gotta be somebody that that's in the culture. Like like Daytona probably the best place to find people to like really link with, cause they more like I don't want to say friendly, but they more like understanding as far as like you coming around from another place like Cali or any place, and you be like, I'm from Boston. Like people like, oh yeah, you from Boston? Vibe with me, I hang with you. Da-da-da. This is like Daytona, Orlando, like Central Florida. But other than that, when you go south or you go north from Central Florida, it's more like you gotta really know us. Like you gotta really been around and we know your face. That's kind of how it is.
You know what, Ron? And now that she brought up like cars, one thing that I noticed too more about the South and which I love is the horses. I'm like, I want to ride like the country, the country style, the greenery, the land, the territory that you can there's just a lot more space.
Yeah, that's the area I'm in now. Like I'm more in the ranch area. Like I'm more in the like ranch area, like the country. Like where I'm at right now is close to Quincy, Florida. Quincy, Florida is like, that's where Bobby Fishkill and them boys from. Like it's in that area. If you got some money, you could do some things. Like, but it's country wise.
Do you know where Pace is? Pace, Florida?
I don't know what Pace, Florida is, but I know like they got schools in Tallahassee called Pace.
Oh,
but it's like in the area. Like it's in the area.
Pace is a city like right outside. It was like 30 minutes from Pensacola. That's where my family lives. Well,
so that's northwest. That's northwest Florida. Like that's closer to like Texas. Like when you go to like West Florida, like you gotta understand Florida is so deep south that when you from like Central Florida and Miami and stuff, it's so south that once you start going past Orlando, everything is West Florida. Like Jacksonville is on the east, like the eastern coast. But like everything on the west is Pensacola, Panama City.
I love Panama City.
What you call it? Crestview, stuff like that. Feel me?
It's kind of like the same thing with Cali. We've got the Bay Area in the northern Cali, and then we've got Southern California. We got LA, and we got San Diego. So a lot of people don't. Every state is different. I
feel like everything meet in Texas though. Like the South meets in Texas. Like if you from Louisiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, all that meets in Texas. If you come to Texas, you're gonna meet everybody.
Hey, I need to share a map with you, Run. You might actually want to go into some other lives that I do, because actually Texas is very, very highly tied to like what we were talking about, Mexican, American, African.
Because Texas used to be Mexico.
Yeah,
Texas used to be Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah, Texas the hub.
Yeah, people from Cali actually moved to Texas.
Nah, for sure. Like I went to Texas, I loved it. I was with it.
I hate it here.
Yeah, Texas was fun.
You live in Texas?
It's been 6 long, agonizing years. I hate it here.
What part? I went
what
to
city are
Midland,
you
like
in?
Odessa, Midland. Like that's where I was at, like Midland, Odessa. Like where you at?
Well,
When
yeah,
I
where you
wanna
at?
when I wanna buck the system, I can go to Katy because I got a little rental spot in Katy. Sometimes I go to Dallas, and most of the time I'm over here by Oklahoma.
Oh, so you're right on the borderline of it.
Yeah, you on the Fritz.
I just go out here to stir up shit. Be out here for the school year.
I was in El Paso. I thought El Paso was fun. I visited Houston. That was fun when I was a teenager. But I think El Paso was pretty nice. I didn't. Well, the only thing about El Paso where we was living because we got stationed there during the military. My husband was active. But, the only thing I didn't like about that was the fact that we stayed literally down the street from Mexico, and we thought we was going to Walmart that was like less than 5 minutes away, and we ended up in Mexico. It was so scary. I did not know we was that
Oh
close.
shit!
I like
Yeah,
El Paso
I
too. I
love it.
stripped out there. I was at Jaguar stripping out there. It's cool out there.
Oh, you was what?
Yeah, I had my fun out there. We turned up.
That's kind of that's close to New Mexico, right? New Mexico. What?
Not as cool out there.
Yeah. We talking about El Paso? I mean, no, I was asking Lovely what she was saying. She said New Mexico. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they call it New Mexico. Yeah.
Well, no, El Paso was connected. Well, where we was at, we was strictly like across the street from Mexico, not New Mexico. We was straight across the street from Mexico, which the soldiers are banned from going over there because of the cartel, I guess, and stuff. So yeah, it was really scary at the moment. So well over there. You're not supposed to be there. 'Cause they can report it to your, your head of command, your head of chain, whatever. If you go over there, you're not like as a soldier, you're not supposed to go over there. I don't know about the families, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you said that like as a soldier you're not supposed to go over there, but think about it with the different cities, different counties, different like whether you're in the suburbs, it's like the crime is different too.
You gotta have some bread. If you got some money, you gonna hang out. Like they ain't gonna trip. Like you got some money, they gonna leave you alone.
Nah, shoot, we got scared. There people like it was so easy going in too, but then when we turned around and we was coming back because Muslims like, oh no, we ain't supposed to be over here, and I'm like, I told you. So when we had to turn back and turn around, like they was trying to wipe our windshields, they was trying to sell us stuff, and
Yeah, you gotta have some money, dog. You gotta
gave
have some
someone
money.
$5, and he gave somebody $20. And why did he do that? This guy started spraying down our windows. He was like, "Impossible, impossible." Was like, "No, we don't have no more money." It got so scary. It got so scary. We had to lock the doors, and the wait to get out of there was so long. Oh my goodness, it was so scary. They're like, buy this, $20, really? But the
Yeah, you
money.
up a 20, you rich.
Well,
You a
that
gringo
kind
for
of
real.
reminds me of Kev's second question when it talks about equal rights. So does it matter where you're at?
It does.
So do we all get equal rights, or does it matter where you're located?
They say, as when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. So you ain't going on no other country acting a fool as an American because they will surely get you together because you ain't in America.
Exactly.
You gotta have that vibe on you though. If you got that vibe on you, like I'm not scared of nothing. I done seen death. I done seen this. I done seen that. They understand that. They understand that like I ain't gonna say automatically, but if you come with that vibe, like bro, you not showing me nothing I ain't seen you. You show a gun. I don't see 1,000 guns. You ain't showing me nothing. You gotta be on that. Like you gotta be on that. Oh, you gotta say pew pew.
Yeah, you gotta say pew pew. It's F1 in the chat.
Oh my bad.
I think what you're saying though,
Tell y'all like this, man.
you know what that reminds me of, Run, is that I think when a lot of Americans travel, or us people who were born and raised here, whether you're black, whether you're white tea, whether you're whatever, it's almost like people are afraid of us because we have that much power.
Mm-hmm.
We have that much passion and drive and resilience. And they're just, that's why tourism is crazy. Like whenever we travel anywhere, like to Jamaica, the Bahamas,
I was gonna say
Hawaii,
Jamaica.
yeah,
Jamaica. Because when
Yep.
Jamaicans see Americans, they be like, "Oh, you're gangsta." I'm
right?
regular, bro. In my city, I'm regular. Everybody else more gangster than me. I'm regular. But to them, it's like I see y'all
Right.
culture, and it's like y'all own that. Like you feel me? So it's like it's all about your aura. Like you come out like you don't care. They gonna understand that. That's how it is.
Yeah, I wanted to say that when you think about like Hawaii is now, you know, for a while been a part of the United States. And as far as my experience when we was in Oahu, we was in there, like people in Hawaii is so peaceful. Like they're so nice, they're so friendly. They do have their crimes, but not as much as what they call when in United, like they call this the mainland. So it's like
Yeah.
they're not like that over there. Like they're so peaceful, they're so nice. It's like so like you get every like any like the air, the atmosphere is like beautiful. Like I miss it all the time. I'm like, dang, why we can live there? I even tried to, but the price is too steep for me.
I've heard
Can't
the
do
same
it.
thing, Sims, about Thailand. Like going to Thailand. Ooh, that's powerful too. It's like they just it's more welcoming. It's like America sells us on this idea that we're gonna have these, you know, a man and a woman and a dog and a white picket fence
Yeah.
and these children, and then it's like, man, they get here and they're like, this isn't what I asked for. Everybody came over here when there was actually already people here. So it's like we get sold on things, you know.
And
We
I'm
don't
telling you, look,
understand how sweet you got it. You got it so sweet, like to the point where you like how we is right now in this panel. We all have our own individual ideology. You feel me? Our own individuality. So we don't understand how free that is. You feel me? For them, it's a dictatorship. Like this person said we can't do this, and this. But for us, it's like nobody's telling us what to do. We breaking laws every day. And that's what jail and prison is, because it's people breaking laws. Like we don't give a fuck. Like we do what we want to do. And they be like, y'all niggas crazy. Y'all crazy. Like y'all really crazy. Like that's how they look at us, like we crazy. So when you go to a Thailand or a Japan or a Korea, they be like, stay out their way. Let them do their thing. Let them spend their money. Hey, come spend your money with me. That's how it is. Because
Right.
if you got your bread up, I swear to God, if you stay in America for 10 years stacking bread and you save like $100,000 or plus, you can go to another country, bro, and live your best life.
Yes. And think about it too, Run, because a lot of people come over to America to earn their bread so they can send it back to their country. And prisons and jail systems function different. Like, look, our prisons and our jail systems are way different than like in Thailand or in Africa, in other continents. So, you know, sometimes we have it easy and sometimes we
Hey,
don't.
lovely. Let me tell you something. I was overseas in Germany, right? I was in the military, and we went to a club. I'm gonna tell you. Let me ask y'all how y'all think this turned out. It was a one-way alley. We had a black discotheque.
Damn.
We had a rock bar and a heavy metal bar, and they all let out at the same time. How you think that turned out?
Ooh, we.
It was off the chain.
So we got locked up by the police eye. I never want to go to another one of their jails again.
What was it like?
Never. I bet.
What was it like?
In
What
the
was it
rooms.
like?
It felt all right. Seeing as though I've never been incarcerated before then, I had to spend from Friday night to Sunday afternoon in that jail.
With people who don't speak English.
Never again. Oh, I was good. I was pretty good at communicating, but it was just the conditions that I found horrible.
Horrid, yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna tell it to you like that. I often say this about, and y'all can tell me if what is being said is wrong, but I tell people that the DMV is an animal of its own kind. We people in the DMV can go damn near anywhere and fit in and survive, but not everybody can come to the DMV and do that shit.
Oh.
DMV got jungles, and Baltimore, B-more got more jungles, because at the end of the day, that was the first time I ever seen a child that was on that, you know what I'm saying, and put in your veins. A little
Mm-hmm.
boy hanging onto a fence, and that was normal.
Yep.
That is what we're talking about. Like even Kevin's number 3 question is, what is the problem with America today? Because if you look at it, look at the prison that you're talking about in Germany is different than the prison that we
Oh,
got.
motherfuckers went there didn't want to go back.
Exactly.
They did not want to go the fuck back. Them motherfuckers would rather live in a house with no electricity and no fucking furniture than to go back to their freaking jail.
Exactly. Well, and that there's a money maker. Actually, our prisons out here in America are money makers. The prisons in other countries or continents, they're not money makers. They're just looking to punish you.
Yep. But look, people, I gotta get the hell off of here. Thank you for being with me to allow me to fix my damn dinner. I gotta eat my dinner, do some film work, and get ready for this goddamn game in the morning.
Love you, my
Bye,
brother.
Warlock.
Have
It
a
was
great
good being with y'all. And Kev, don't let them overrun you, my guy, and stop cheating on your own fucking live and get off that goddamn video game.
Yeah, we need.
Who said I
Because
was
Kev
Number
was
love to
doing
y'all,
it.
people.
I'm
Kev's probably
doing
playing the game.
something. No, I was actually looking at the.
No, you're probably thinking of other questions.
But yeah, y'all was owning, man. I heard everything. I think.
We appreciate you as always, Kev.
I know what you're looking at, Kev. And me personally, I'm gonna watch some Dick Gregory videos tonight.
Nah, why you trolling me, bro? Why you trolling me? That's crazy.
But the way you said the D word was wild.
That's crazy.
No, right. I forgot the statement. Now the statement he said that was horrible. I think he said what? He look. I remember what he said. That was the horrible. That was horrible. I forgot what he said though.
That's good. That's good.
We gonna just leave it. Let that just go in the grave because that was not cool. I'm gonna hear the replay though, but I'm.
Hey, do not put me on that replay.
And they don't do it. About to make him famous, babies. I know I'm talking to.
That boy, hey, I thought you were the dog, bro. I just a dog, bro.
Hey, you run it.
We was
and
all
Warlock.
smooth talking about, yeah, we're gonna have growth. We're gonna have movement.
Running Warlock like overtime. Hey, you whatever you guys had going on earlier, like the whole conversation just like it transferred and it turned into peace.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Y'all go ahead. It's kind of getting quiet up in here. Share. If y'all haven't shared, go ahead and share this. I want to see one share down there. Was that just me?
I see one, but nobody
This must be
online.
Tony.
Let me see. I don't be knowing because
Yeah, just wake them up. Go ahead
I
and
don't
wake
want
them
to
up.
like.
Let's see what I'm about to start looking at the likes that people did and the shares.
You know, I've been seeing it.
I don't even want to say this person's name. I just clicked on first. I'm not gonna even say nothing. They got that hot 0. All right. Oh, let me look at. Let's see what. Dang, I can't click on you. Look, I can't click on you. Run. See, I'm click on Lovely. What she got? I can't click on her either. What's going on? Let's see what she got. Okay, I click on her. What she got? Okay, she got 902 shares. 2 shares, 983 likes. Okay. All right. What Jane got? So let's see what she got. She got 48 comments though. Okay, Big Jane got 3.0K likes. Oh my. 0 shares. 48 comments and she watched over.
Everybody else
I'm about to drop, so you
don't.
so you can't click on me.
Hey, I already took accountability for my friend.
I think it don't even let me click. That is, oh, never mind. I did click on you already. I already said yours already.
Should have lied.
You had 900. Let me click on the people. They think I can't click on them. Even when y'all lead the room, let me see. Who is Evan, Evo? What you been doing? You've watched. Oh, 1 minute ago. They just got in. You're lucky. You're lucky. I don't see what you was tapping. Who is this? Mindset Coach. I like that name. Coach. I like it. See what else somebody got up in here. Y'all, if y'all down there, y'all go ahead and hit the box up too if y'all want to. Yeah, cause I'm trying to get off about maybe, depending on how the live is, 12. Maybe later than that. But I gotta go to bed early. I wake up early.
Bed early for what? It's
Well,
Sunday
not that
tomorrow.
early.
Tomorrow is
I
definitely
know,
Saturday,
I know.
bro.
Hey,
But
tomorrow, what
right,
I
it's
miss?
Saturday,
Oh,
but yeah.
I swear tomorrow is
I
Saturday.
meant Saturday.
Okay.
Run be fast forwarding quick.
I meant Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
You know what got him messed up?
Gregory.
All right, this
I ain't
time.
gonna lie.
No, I
I'm
didn't even
sorry.
say you go.
You green as fuck.
I'm gonna run it down to the ground
This dude.
because that was a little wild.
Listen, you green as fuck.
You gotta add a no Diddy to that.
What?
You gotta say
Diddy
Dick
moment.
Gregory, no Diddy.
That was worse than no Diddy, but lucky I can't remember how it was though. But we gotta let that. We gonna
Nah,
let it.
that's crazy. You said that was no Diddy?
Yeah, that was worse than because you actually. It was like the
Oh my
detail you
goodness.
put in. I'm like, bro, do you realize what you
That's
said? I forgot. I'm gonna remember what you said. It was funny though. That joke was funny.
that's
It was a
that's exploitation at
horrible
its
timing.
finest.
I gotta stop doing me like
It was
that.
the
I thought
horrible
I was our
timing.
little
That's what it
brother.
was.
I thought I was
You
our little
still
brother,
are.
man.
That's why we teasing you.
I thought I was. Right, they get it. Usually get it the worst. But So yeah, so let's get on this next one, I guess. Y'all done answered the best. That's how I know I got the right. I'm trying to get the other group, and I need some more people that was like who was that was in here earlier? Oda Hart. Need some more her in here, man. That's how we get the conversation going. Because maybe we can get through their mind. You feel me? Maybe they can, realize that these things that we yell out for, we're not really ready for. That was the whole point of this thing, though. We keep yelling out stuff. I'm gonna do this. We need that power back. For what? We need it back to do what? Tell me what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never say nothing. But just like kind of, basically what even what Jane was saying, shoot. People just saying to sound good. They just want to sound sweet. It's like when people say, I'm in the healing journey. I'm healing and all that stuff. And you still cussing everybody out every last second. No, you're not. You ain't healing. It just like sounding good in front of
Like they
everybody
still
else,
be unhealed.
with that image on.
Like, or they
Right,
blame everybody else. Like, no, you the problem, cause can't everybody else be the problem around you? Ain't no way.
Mm-hmm. They rather say I don't get along with people. That's what they say nowadays. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I might do. Ooh.
They be like, I'm healed, bitch. Call Dick
Ooh.
Gregory.
I'm on my healing journey, man.
Like everybody don't think I'm like everybody. If everybody is against you, who's the one main person?
The
Like,
dog
come on now.
facts.
You say everybody.
Facts.
Can you count a few that agree?
Everybody.
That's a problem.
Right, Jane?
That's because I'll tell the truth. That's because I'll tell the truth.
Well,
That's
think about who's the common denominator. Who's involved in every situation?
Mm-hmm. Every time I tell the truth, they don't like me.
They mute me. They drop me. I be hearing it all. I be sitting back like, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
We get you. We believe you. Be hearing their mouths and stuff in a matter of a second. You could tell. Let them talk long enough. You could tell. Oh, I see why.
Like they're
I
telling
see why.
themselves.
Which question was we on, Kev? You had like a.
We were just on the first two, so now we about to get the. This was a good one. I actually got this question from T had said at tea time. That was fun. It was fun. I was like, dang, that was gold right there. So we fought for equal rights, but we fighting to separate at the same time. Or separate. So why is that? Because like this is what happens. Example. This is what we was talking about in her room. Actually, what made me think about that. Because she was like, man, I ain't that type of person that sit there and have to check another a person for using the N word or something like that, or she was basically speaking on that. She like, y'all trying to own some stuff that was, I'm not about to own that word that was used to degrade us and all that stuff, which I feel it. And she was like, even different things like, oh, the braid. Why do I care? Why would I care about another white woman having braids and all the other stuff? And I was like, I could say I was feeling it all, but it's like, and then this was like later she ended up coming with like y'all funny though. We was at one moment we was fighting for equal rights. Now we not fighting. So I'm like, dang, that was a good thing. And I'm like, that jump most definitely true. Now it's like now that we fought for equal rights, now we like let's separate. I don't want y'all. We telling other people don't do that, don't use that, and all that stuff. So now all of a sudden we just got the control now, I guess. And so it's like that is like a contradiction or something like that. So it's like we wanted to be like them, but then we don't want them to be like us. So that's what this basically is like. So it's like, why is it like that? It's kind of hard because we all on the same accord. It's kind of hard. I need some opposition. I need something cuss them out. So I'm talking about, but
we didn't necessarily fight. Not this generation. It was our parents and then the parents before their parents, which is like the grandparents. We didn't fight. Right.
Oh, she was saying that too. Yeah, she was like, "What the heck did we fight for? That was big and major." That was a good one too. But yeah, that's true.
And I mean, I don't really see nothing as being equal at all. Once everybody sat down at that table and realized that still there's fighting amongst that table, I mean, nothing's equal. Now everybody want to get up from the table and say, well, we can do it better because we sat at that table and found out that it wasn't equal.
I think it's more of, it's not even about equality anymore. It's about balance. Because what is equal is fairness. Yeah, the fairness. But it's like a lot of people don't even know how to be equal with themselves or give them,
my.
So it's
like they be extremists. That makes sense. There is a lot of extremists.
And
There's a far left and far right.
I don't give a damn if she don't want no edges. Like, it's not too about. It ain't my edges, and for whatever reason she's doing it, I mean, she has to primarily understand the connection she has to whatever she's doing or he has to whatever he's doing. Even with us, I mean, we get cornrows. Some of us don't even know where they came from. We get locks. Some of us are still calling them dreads. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you do what you want to do with your head. And if that YT woman don't want no edges because she putting all that shit in her hair, then okay. I mean, I done seen YT women say they gonna get a perm. I used to be a cosmetologist at 18. I had to relax a great deal of YT women's hair. So, I mean, at the end of the day, do what you see fit. I don't care. It ain't in my house.
Yeah, I was just explaining something similar to that with the hair situation that you were just saying. Like, I had explained a little bit to that. My daughter, she's like, I just wonder what's the difference. And I'm like, like white people have to perm their hair to get it straight. And then us as African Americans relax our hair the white people have to perm their hair to get it to curl up. And then we as African Americans get relaxers to get our hair straight. So it's like, yeah, there's a difference in that. But I also wanted to say that I think that it got like, it's like playing telephone. Yeah, we wanted to fight for equal rights. We wanted equal rights, but we didn't want to be equal in a sense. I don't know how to I had it in my head, but it's like we fought to be seen as an individual as the same, but understandably to me it's like we're not the same. We're not the same in a lot of different ways, culturally, how we raise our families, how we think about things, and what we teach our families to, the morals and the standards. So it's like we want to be the same with like as far as rights and us being able to be when we ask for loans, not to be looked at as our skin color, because some people I heard express that skin color, or thinking that just because we're African Americans we're not going to be able to pay you all these other things, whatever. Like, we want those rights. We want you to look at us and say that we are people too, we can do these things as good as a white tea person, but not as much as like understandably we all believe different things. We raise our family differently. Like so it's like, yeah, I think us fighting for the equal rights were like a little bit more deep rooted. Like I think that the equal rights was more so like just look at us as individuals and make sure that in this world we're able to obtain the same thing as a white tea person. So yeah, I hope that got through somebody. I'm sorry.
Facts. We thought that grass was green and it was really doo doo.
Right.
That's right. And Nate, I want to say, you struggling now, girl. It's trial and error for the natural. I've been natural since 2017. It's very much trial and error. It's very much. You don't know what products is gonna work for it. What I do my own hair for what I know, like I use oils and stuff for my hair, especially when I braid it. I do my oils and stuff, but it's trial and error. Don't give up on yourself. You got this. Keep going.
You know, that reminds me of when we talk about hair and we talk about whether it's braids, whether it's cornrows. Sorry, my dog Theo. Talk about braid and even like YT people's hair and stuff. It's like it reminds me. I was having a conversation yesterday about the crown, about what's on our head. It's like sometimes we gotta be natural. We just gotta figure out how to maintain that naturality that we have within our hair. Where I stopped dyeing my hair almost 7 years ago. I just didn't want to mess with it no more, and now it has more volume and it has more of this. But it's like you got to do what you got to do for you, you know. Like it's like kind of like we're bringing back the naturality. Shh.
Was pertaining to being more professional, you know what I'm saying? And even in a sense of our children, like my son has really, really long hair. And I made it be known when I went up to the school on the very first day, no matter what school they go to, if he's rocking an afro, he's not the distraction. The distraction is the fact that the child is watching his afro instead of paying attention to the teacher. So don't come to me talking about what's a distraction. He's going to express himself the way he wants to, and he doesn't always want cornrows. He doesn't always want braids. Sometimes he wants to wear his hair out, and that's a self-expression. You can't tell him he can't self-express and allow other children because their hair is straight to be able to self-express. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, because when you got the white tee boy in there with the long hair and the flip, and he just flipping and flipping and flipping, they don't call that a distraction or nothing. They don't say, Brad, stop messing with your flipping your hair. They keep flipping. But then you got the African American boy, and they, it's a distraction. But Brad can flip all day, and it's not a distraction. What you mean? I'm sorry, I got a little emotional with that because
That's
I've
okay.
been there a little bit. Like, what you mean?
Like, or if a little girl wearing something that's too revealing, I mean, what? I mean, but yes, Jane, like, I don't know. I hate that. Like, I don't know, like, because they be trying to come to the parent like, oh, like this is a distraction. Like, well, it's not my fault that child can pay attention. Like, how is this a distraction because my child want to have a different hairstyle? Like, come on.
And that's why we get so stuck in this identity crisis. It's like we're sitting here telling kids that they can't let their hair be free. They can't let their hair look a certain way. You can't, I always say substance beyond surface. It's like, wait a minute, maybe you're the one creating the distraction. Maybe you're bothered by it, not me.
Y'all remember the fingertip test? Where in school, your fingers are supposed to be a certain length, but they only did that and proclaimed that if you had a bigger derriere.
Yeah, for the African American girls, because I remember having to do that myself. I hated it on my shorts, but I got my backside is high rise, so the front was okay. But then they want to measure the back, like the back is a little. Man, I remember sitting in the dang principal office, and my grandma was so upset because she like. I can't help with it. I'm like, I just wear sweatpants, and that's where the sweatpants for me started. Because why? Why do I need to go through all of this for what? I just wear sweatpants. I love sweatpants.
You know what that reminds me of, Sims, is because I'm a lefty, and my grandma was the one who like taught me how to write. And when I was growing up, like looking, people who wrote left-handed got they were affected different. You know, they got looked at different. Well, oh, you shouldn't write with your left hand. You need to write with your right hand. But I love being a lefty. Like now that I've grown into it. But yeah, they'll do that, whether it's your hair, whether it's your left hand. Oh, you need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. And I think that that's what, like with society, especially the educational system. You know, you look at the educational system is different than the home environment. So what's the difference between the family environment and when they have to go to school? You know, look at the differences. It's powerful.
Yeah, I want to say that with the left hand thing, I literally had, I think it was third grade or second grade teacher. I literally used to know how to write with my left hand and in my right hand. And I always would like practice it at home and do it at school. And I had a
Hmm.
teacher come to me and say, don't do that. Use your dominant hand. Don't do that. And then later on in life, you start realizing that people that can do their left hand with their right hand is pretty a thing that's not normal for a lot
It's
of people. So I'm like,
hmm
no, basically, like stop making doing
it's
something what I was doing. Like you're not lying, like I can do it a little bit, but not
that
as much as I used to do.
right. That's that ambidextria, because I was told, oh, you only need to use your right hand. I use my left hand to eat and write, but all the sports that I played were all right-handed, so I knew how to do both. It's almost like I had both left and right side brain.
You
So
do.
it's like you have to be able to be. Kind of reminds me of infinity is like the as above, so below. If we go biblical, it's like you kind of got to know both sides so that you can balance, so that you can figure out the functions of this society, because it's not easy.
But today we are fighting to separate. I don't feel like it ever stopped. W.E.B. Du Bois, great man. I love reading his literature. However, what he stated was not primarily meant for Black women. It was primarily meant for Black men to read. But I still read it, and it was talking about way back then how integration was going to be a problem. It was going to be an issue that the head of the household, the men, are supposed to be stepping up, stop following suit, and stop wanting to sit at other people's tables. It's not meant for you to sit at that table. It's meant for you to create your own. And that was something that was shunned upon back when he wrote it. You see what I'm saying? And it's still continuing on today. I think that we primarily see on this side of TikTok, or sometimes within our own circle, that people are wanting to segregate or things of that nature. And primarily, we don't see the integration because those were our parents. That was just like, oh, yeah, well, that green grass once again. So, us in this generation, yeah, we see a lot of that because we see the era and wanting to integrate in a way that we want to sit at the table and eat the vegetables that somebody else made and the meat that somebody else made, knowing that that's not the proper thing to do. Even Martin Luther King knew that that wasn't the proper thing to do, even though I don't follow him nor Rosa Parks, because there was a lot of Rosa Parks out there, and there was a lot of, that his name ain't even Martin, but there was a lot of MLKs out there as well.
Exactly. And that kind of reminds me of like the false prophets and stuff. You're gonna meet some leaders that are not good for you. It's like those leaders and those followers, like we were talking about earlier. It's like we can't believe in everybody, but we got to believe in something.
Right. And we've always placed the physical attributes as far as leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like what looks aesthetically pleasing to be this leader? What's the educational background? Oh, well, Rosa Parks was a lighter skinned Black woman. That was an AKA. So she's more of a good propaganda. Everything's been propaganda to us, including what's going on right now was propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Like we're always placed with, okay, well, Kamala did this, and I hear a lot of people say, oh my God, I don't like neither one of them. Let's just point that out. I just don't like neither one of them. However, we're just going to give you something and say what it is, and then we're going to give you the accolades of this person, and then we accept this person, the color that they're in, and or the color that they have and their accolades, and this is going to be your leader, and this is who we're going to appoint. Not us, but them. It's always going to be that. It's always the physical attributes that's going to be in it.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like if you look at the, because I'm a sports fanatic, but if you look at the NFL, the MLB, and it kind of reminds me of the exploitation that happens with the black community. The exploitation is like now what you're now forced to model a certain activity. If you don't act this way, then you're gonna be punished, this way. And so it reminds me of a little bit of that exploitation that actually comes in from whether it's Hollywood or the sports or all these different entities that they bring black people into, but then they also put them down too at the same time.
Right. Just like Kaepernick. Kaepernick
Yep.
wasn't picked on because of what he did. Kaepernick was picked on because he could have passed. That's the
Exactly.
main, that's well, how dare you? Because during our little marches and stuff out here and things that I orchestrated out here where I stay at right now, and that's the reason why this town don't like me, they weren't coming after us. They were coming after their own. Because how dare you trade on us? How dare you do that? Just like how Kaepernick was. How dare you not be in the MLB? How dare you not be as fair as what we want you to be? It's always about fair, including skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If it would have been anybody else that was highly melanated, then it would have been an all-out lynching. But when it comes down to Kaepernick, how dare you not choose us when you're damn near like us? Because look at your complexion. You could pass as us. Why you want to rock an afro? His afro's been a problem. Why?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's always that.
Yes, Jane. Yes, Jane. Believe me, I've had that conversation multiple times about that. I was like, why are they not allowed to speak up? But yet, when a YT man does it, everybody wants to believe in it. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense.
We're supposed to have fair communication, just like we're supposed to be fairer skin or acceptable. We're supposed to be passive aggressive. Even when it comes down to why we'll always have these issues within the community, even down to when I date, I'm supposed to, if I'm a little hood, a little ghetto, that's automatically not supposed to be my real character. I'm now in some type of character that's pertaining to something that I am not. I'm now building up this persona that I do not have, which is untrue. You see what I'm saying? Even in my marriage, that's not you. Why are you talking like that? Well, that was where I was raised. But look at your skin. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Even dealing with the police out here, whatever the case may have, you over the little boy I had to find, and situations like that. If it would have been his mother that was a darker hue skin than me, she would have been going to jail. You know what I told that officer? I'm sorry, I was a little bit too rough on them. They sent me home. See what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have been 3 officers coming out there to look for him if it wasn't for me stepping out there and calling again. So at the end of the day, as long as you are being fair across the board, as long as you are the acceptable Negro, you're perfectly fine with me. And unfortunately, we do it to each other.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. It kind of like reminds me of like, well, what Kev's 4th question is like, what are you doing to fight for or fight against it? You know, what do we do? It's like, I know me from a YT person, what I do because I really do see both sides. And maybe that's because I'm on both sides, but it's like, what do we do? Do we fight against it? Do we sacrifice? Do we serve? Do we enter another slavery mode? Like, what do we do to manage this between both communities, between the unity, like the equal rights we were talking about in the earlier question? It's like, wow, I sometimes I get tired because I work with people from all different spectrums, all different labels, all different races, all different everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, what are we doing right now?
I tell my homegirls that was orchestrating things, and when it was just primarily what I told them, it was a publicity stunt for them. Because at the end of the day, when it was time to stand in the paint and they were being attacked by their own cousins, uncles, they was getting unaliving threats for their businesses and themselves and their children and stuff like that. And I said, you're only getting a touch of because this is your people's doing this. How dare you trade on us, right? But you can move anywhere. You can move literally in the next town and go over and start over as being a YT person, and nobody's going to remember what you did. All you got to do is probably change your hair color based on the news propaganda that you put up. So if you're going to be anything, stand inside the paint, go all the way in the paint, all the way down in the mud. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets hot, it's going to get hot. And when it gets hot for us, we don't have nowhere to run, because everywhere we run, no matter what, we are carrying on with who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be fighting things for a long time when it comes down to it. And then on top of that, accepting some of the things that we do and orchestrate when it comes down to some of the things that we need to be held accountable for. You know, everything is not just a black and white thing. Sometimes it is definitely personal. But when it comes down to it, it's a lot of people that say, and you know, everybody had the fist up. Everybody was on. That's when I joined TikTok, and I won't up here like that. But that's when I started looking at TikTok or whatever. And everybody had the fist up. Everybody was. But now it's all over with, because it was just like America is. It's just Hollywood. All of this is going on with presidential debates. Hollywood. Anything that's orchestrated on the TV or any type of unalive threats to the school, things of that nature. America's all about Hollywood. So
we call it Holly Weird out here in California, Jane. We call it Holly Weird.
That's exactly what it is, and that's what that thing was. When I seen the debate and things of that nature, that's all I seen was, oh well, America's making another movie again. Every single time there's an unalive threat, America's making a new movie. America has to pitch something else to Netflix and has to make some type of money off of this. You know what I'm saying? I question a great deal of things, but one thing that I definitely don't question is the fact that we'll never be able to come together, because we're so divided. Everybody's so much of an individual. Everybody has the right answer. Nobody wants to learn anything because everybody knows everything already. Everybody's Gandhi. That's the problem.
Well, and I think too, Jane, I look at it too, especially from like a YT community, because I speak to a lot of them too, and I'm like, do you even get it? Like, we have to. Like, we have to work together as a community too in order to draw ourselves together, because there are a lot of people that don't like me because I like black people, or I can maneuver through different religions, different races, different everything. So a lot of YT people are hating on YT people. So it's kind of like, it's so weird how many different communities are in separation.
That's what I was talking about. Like, all of my YT friends that I'm still cool with still to this day, but I still call them out when I need to. All of them rallied up, and they were standing in the paint. They was getting in faces. They was doing all that until they started getting those threats to their companies, and they started getting those threats to their livelihood and their children and their homes. And people was riding by and throwing things at them and having bets and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted to move. I only got one friend in this town that decided to stay, and she still stands 10 toes down on what she believes. Everybody else, they moved, and when they moved, they just became like every other YT person. That's why I said it shouldn't be a fad for anybody. And when it gets hot, it's hot for us regardless.
Well, and that reminds me of, I think we were talking about last night on Kev's live. It was the last night or the night before, when we talk about Psalms, like, and it's like, you gotta endure. You gotta endure. If you really want to stand ground and be honest with yourself and be honest with other people, you're gonna have to put up with some shit. Sorry, Kev. I didn't mean to cuss, but I did. You know, some people just don't know how to stick it out. I guess they.
Oh, they told me they were so scared. Everybody was scared. Everybody was buying pews everywhere. I had to take some of them to the range with me. I'm like, you never blew this thing, but you always had it for decoration in your house. Like, what's the problem?
Right.
Like, what are you scared of? You're invoking your own people. So if you think that this is a problem, then clearly you have to be a part of the problem, and you need to be a part of the solution. You can't run from it.
Right. You can't run from it. You can't run from it. You got to be part of it, or you run away from it. And then why even include yourself in the people who are actually trying to include themselves in making a difference? Why even like try to enter? You know, if you really want to make change, you're going to make change, and that comes from choice. If you're going to do it, do it. All or nothing. That's what I call it. All or nothing type of thinking.
Facts.
Oh, it's a lot, Jane. It's a lot.
It
It's a,
sure is.
yep.
That's why I'm from Jupiter. I'm not African American. I ain't American. I ain't I'm just an alien.
They said Jupiter make you stupider though.
That's
That's what
not
they
what
said
Dick
when I was a
Gregory
kid.
said.
Remember they say boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to Venus to get that dick bracelet.
I swear on my life,
Dick
you
bracelet.
guys. I swear on my life.
My chest.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, both of y'all. Both of y'all.
Dude with this main thing just slip up there out of nowhere. That main thing. Speaking of that, we
She
was
left
talking
us
earlier.
earlier thinking she's slick.
You
Some of
know when
that
she
Dick
left.
Gregory.
It's not called that anymore. It's called that main thing.
Like that main thing better.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
The main.
Oh, I can't with you guys. I can't. I can't. I can.
I'm probably got to run this one back again
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you might have to, but you know that brought up some definitely deep conversations tonight.
If you want some controversy up in here, you got to bring in Sky Montclair. You got to go over there to Genty's peoples and share it to
Oh, Genty.
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah,
their
I ain't playing with them.
topics. So if you want some,
I ain't
they
trying
ain't
to get
gonna
my
get shut
page
down.
shut down
You know you stoic, you set the rules.
dealing with them. Yeah, I've been over there before. You right.
When I first got on TikTok,
They try to get me before. They like, hold up, is you what they say? Would you date? They be asking some questions too. Would you date a? Oh, they say that white chick. I'm like, yeah. And whoever give me love. Y'all see what he just said? That mean you not pro black. I'm like, I never said I was that. Anyways, I just. But they thought they see I wasn't about to argue with them, so they were trying their best to gaslight and all that stuff. I said, I guess it don't work. If you can't fuel them, they just really can't. Cause like they don't know that I've been like. Now, if it was the old me when I first started on this app, yeah, they probably would have got me though, because I was always trying to. But then I had to realize, like, why do I need to argue? What's the point when people got their mind made up? So I guess that just irritate them more. They like,
I don't sit on them panels. I'm sorry. I cannot. I'm not black
oh,
enough.
like, it's time for me to go,
Jane,
y'all.
hey, we all had to.
And
We all
you already know,
had to
right?
gain.
Remember we coons.
We all gained discernment through this. We all gained discernment where we're like, wait a minute, this ain't working for me. So let me go where it works for me. You know, that discernment is powerful.
Thank
I am 10 toes down behind Kamala
Say what?
What was that?
Harris as a woman.
Is that you,
I don't know.
Kev, putting on a video or what?
No, I don't know. That's messed up. I don't know. I was clicking something else. Then I ain't
Yeah,
know
I
what
was
the
watching other stuff.
For real.
I'm about 10 toes down about Kamala. I don't like nobody right now. I really don't.
I agree with you, Jane. I
I'm
agree
good
with
on
you.
it. Am I gonna vote? Probably. I would vote faster if Redman would just go ahead and
Red man and meth man.
they were going up against each other. That would be hard.
Oh, that would be hard.
Because I can't necessarily like people that say they want to back Kamala, right? Not realizing the history behind the Democratic Party in general, that was the only party at one point and it was totally against us. So I have my pause when it comes down to why are we putting Democrat first and then always putting a Democrat these past few terms. Now all of a sudden is the token black person within these chairs, but the Democrat Party was to be against us. That was a start. It was no Republican at first. It was just the Democrats. So why are we prone and being skewed to wanting to vote for Kamala, right? Why are we voting and being skewed in that direction when really no black person should want to vote Democrat regardless?
I really wish that we could have more because more independent parties to vote. I wish we had more choices. We only have two options if you think about it, because that boils into the electoral college and all that stuff. Kamala came from California, and I know way too much about her, you know. And then Trump, like I said, was like the Trump, California, and all that stuff. So there's too much history there, you know, that a lot of people don't look into. And I'm like, can we like hire Kev as president, or Jane as president, or me as president? Like, why can't we have independent parties?
I'm gonna mess it up for everybody. I have strip clubs everywhere.
Strip clubs and Dick Grayson there.
Dick Gregory. Right.
It's the Dick
But
Gregory's
like, people will
everywhere.
read the 48 Laws of Power, but won't read the Color of Law.
Or the
Like,
Bible.
what are we doing? It clearly tells you where the Democratic Party came from. So if you want to vote on that side, then something's wrong. I can understand YT people wanting to vote Democrat because that's how it started. However, us voting Democrat and where it came from and the baseline for the Democratic Party is crazy for any of us to want to say, oh yeah, that's the direction I'm headed in. What? That's wild.
Well, and I think that's another form of that separation. You know, we have the separation between blacks and whites. We have the separation between the Democrats and the Republicans, and then we have the separation between religions. We have the separation like between the educational system and the family system. There's just so much separation, like what we were talking about earlier. This is what it really creates an identity crisis where people don't even know how to be who they are or who they want to be.
Are they watching it like it's the Super Bowl?
You're right.
Everybody had their sports teams on.
All that competition.
I know I ain't eating my dog. I know my dog is in the living room and he chilling. I ain't damn sure ain't eating no cats. I don't even like cats. Well, depending on the day of the week, because sometimes I like to go to certain restaurants and I don't know what that meat is. So, you know.
I thought you
We
eat
might be. Hell. We eating people when we go in Walmart if you still shop there. So.
Meow.
I can't eat my little baby.
Speaking of dogs, I'm gonna shut down right now, Kev. I gotta drop down. I gotta. You could probably hear him in the background. I know. I gotta take him for a walk.
I feel it.
And I'm in Cali time, so
Sorry, guys.
it's a little bit easier. So you guys enjoy it. Honest, love you, most gorgeous, and Nay and Jane, always appreciative of you, my love, my gorgeous. And then Kev, as always, I always love being on your panels because you make me mad, but there's a thin line between love and hate. So
Much love, lovely.
Yeah, I know. I just posted another. It was a verse that I put on with love, but I'm gonna go listen to some music and just chill out for the rest of this night. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you later.
Good night.
Bye, my brother.
All right.
Good night, as
Appreciate
always.
you.
Same.
Good night. Who next? We can do some outros. I'm gonna get this topic back going again tomorrow anyway.
My outro is thank you, Kev, for letting me come up on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat the dog, but you can definitely eat the cat. And put that on Dick Gregory.
I felt that was coming.
I learned a lot. Yeah. And I'm gonna go rest my tatas.
Hello. Ta-da! All right, man. Time. All right, now y'all just gonna all just leave. Y'all ain't even say that. And all right. My boy Becky just got in this boy. Yeah, we out of here, man. We gonna actually get this topic going back again tomorrow, so we get a little bit deeper in this, man. Let's see if we really ready for that power as Black people. We gonna see that tomorrow. I'll let you up for a couple seconds.
Bet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean? I'm mad I came in on the tail end, but I'll rock with you tomorrow, Brody.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.